Banana, na 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 na. Banana, na 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 na. Banana, na 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 na. I don't even know why. I don't even know what music that is. Why I do that music.
Game show.
I guess so. Yeah, it's like we're on a game show, but we're not on a game show. We're on Filthy at 5. Thank you, everybody who came over to Twitch on Saturday. We did good numbers over there. We're not live on there right now because I have decided unilaterally that we're going to do some exclusive stuff on Twitch every week or so, rather than just try and replicate everything because it's just childish.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but how was your Sunday, man? How was the rest of your Saturday?
It's been marred by toothache.
Oh, still going?
Yeah, but I spoke to my guy. I'm gonna meet tomorrow. We're putting that to bed. Oh my god.
He's gone full demolition, man. Excellent. We have some videos that we've got edited and ready to, well, not finished yet, but we got a couple of videos that we shot last week that we're going to drop on the channel. The question is whether or not we're going to drop one on Thursday, and then not do live because we might be working on other stuff. But don't worry, it's very good. It's live. It's Filthy at 5, but in the studio. I've watched both of the first edits and they're fantastic. But yeah, we'll figure out what we're going to do with that. But just to let you guys know, we got some very good legacy video content that's being edited right now. Triple Maggie.
We're back. Crowd, can you feel me?
That's too much Maggie, man.
You could feel me.
I have alcohol like once every 2 weeks max.
Same. I'll be honest though, toothache, back in these.
Shout out to everyone who saw me getting attacked over the weekend. I wasn't really getting attacked. I wanted to just trigger. We were talking about it in the group, and I was like, let me just invite these weird American Twitter accounts to come and talk to me because, man, they're fucking weird, man.
I didn't get involved in that, man. I ain't got time for that.
Nah, there's nothing to get involved in. I just wanted to see it. Like, I wonder how they swarm. How they.
Jade Gwen, relax. Be respectful.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, Maggie's pretty good, man. And we're trying to get that sponsorship, so relax. Who said it here? Hamza Ahmed says, could you post the halftime debate on YouTube? You know what? I'm not going to, but we're going to leave it on Twitch. It's there for about a week or so. Because it wasn't just halftime, was it? It lasted the whole fucking match.
Yeah, it lasted past the match. We forgot about the match.
Yeah. Yeah, that second half, I don't know what was going on.
Shit, I just had a thought and it went like that. Oh no, do you know what, T? Yeah? I watched that debate and it's hard to say who won. Like, I know my answer, but it's hard to say who won that debate.
I agree. I actually think Miles held his own very well, considering he was in the weaker position.
Yeah.
I actually think he held his own.
You know what I would say with regards to Drogba, yeah, and why it seems like a hard debate is because
shout out Unknown.
Is because he has probably had one of the best peaks we've seen ever.
Yeah. It kind of comes back to that Adebayor debate, right? Adebayor's peak is very small, but it's
loud.
It's mental.
It's loud. And on top of that, everyone, me, you, everyone in this crowd has seen Drogba's peak.
We were here. Yeah.
Yeah. If you haven't seen it, you're way too young.
I'm repping Michael Thomas today, everybody.
That's why it's easy to over criticize or overhype.
Yeah, because but you gotta have confidence in your opinion at the end of the day.
Facts.
Like, I mean, somebody here's mentioning Adam McCullough. Like, if you watch that, but I watched it back and I thought, wow, Adam McCullough's people are like telling me that we just got battered. I watched it back and I was like, no, because at the end of the day, Adam McCullough is very invested. I spoke to Adam about it. He's very invested. And then at the end, he's like, yeah, ultimately, everything that needed to get done to Man United got done.
Yeah.
After Mourinho left. And we're not going to know if Mourinho's done until he's done. And I'm like, yeah, the debate is just a debate ultimately.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who's the winner and who's the loser, except like ultimately I can prove that Mourinho can win in the future. I don't know how you prove that he's done. But that's the thing about football debates, though, isn't it? Unless there's no point having a debate if it's just clear cut.
See, I think Spurs or Arsenal should get Andre Gomez.
I think Andre Gomez is class.
I think Arsenal should get him before Spurs tried to.
I think didn't Spurs come close to getting him last year?
I think that's right actually. I think that's right. But he chose to go to the team he was on loan to.
Yeah, he went Everton. Yeah, I wasn't sure about him at Barcelona, but then when I watched him at Everton, I just thought he was just top class. Not top class, but I thought he was class.
Bro, he came off the back of that injury to the Man United game and bossed it.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah, and it was Son. Well, I think it was Aurier who caused that injury, that leg break or whatever it was, fracture.
It was Aurier.
But Son took the brunt of it and he got subs. And look, Son he's back from the army now.
Mm-hmm.
And I think if Adam McCullough saw those pictures, or if Speck saw those pictures of him with the gun last week, I think we'd be having a different conversation about Jose Mourinho. I think they might win the league now.
You think what Arteta could do to Andre Gomez?
Yeah. We've talked about it in the group a few times. I've got a feeling, I think you mentioned it as well, I've got a feeling El Neni might play a good number of games under Arteta next season.
Yes, I believe so too.
It's just, he's so unspectacular, but in his role at Arsenal, that was Arteta's role.
It's unspectacular, but it's consistently him.
And the engine is undeniable.
And he's not marred by injury.
Wins balls in the air.
Can play it on the floor.
Doesn't go missing. I think I could see a midfield manager picking up El Neni and saying, there's something here.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, this ain't much to go by, but his agent, Gilberto, said he was who? The next what?
Vieira. Which is wild.
It's wild. It's wild, yeah. But if anyone knows it, is it not him? Or is he just being agent now completely?
That's his client, isn't it? His client's rotting at Besiktas. He's like, fucking no. You know you have Vieira here. Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. It's crazy because it's Gilberto saying it, though.
Shams Esko says he's too much of a side-based passer. You'll find that that's not an issue if you have 1 out of 11 players or 1 out of 3 midfielders who is very, very, very simple with his passing.
You probably need that.
People asking me what team I support. I'm just going to get that clear. It's Monday. I don't support a football team. Let's get that clear. It's beginning of Monday, so I don't need to answer that again this week. Did you read Unai Emery's piece in the newspaper the other day?
I caught. I never read it in its totality, but I caught little snippets.
I think he's just a mess, isn't he? I mean, Unai Emery. I read the stuff about Denis Suarez, and he was like, "Oh, we had a good first season, and if we win the Europa League, it's a great first season." You go, you lost 4-0 in the final.
Do you know what? I have not a soft spot, but I do feel sorry for him. I do.
He said that he used to say good evening when Arsenal won because he knew the fans liked it. And then when he said it when they were losing, he said they were killing me for it.
Yeah.
So why did you... What was wrong with you, man?
I couldn't defend him there, I'll be honest.
How about worry about managing your team, not worrying about your fucking brand?
I think his problem is his brain thinks he can do this shit. But I think he can only do this shit in Spain.
Because he was talking about how, Aaron Ramsey and the club couldn't come to a deal with him, blah, 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 blah. But I've heard from very credible sources that when Aaron Ramsey and his agent went in to meet Unai Emery for the first time, they walked out that room and said, "Right, we're done. We're leaving." But in Emery's mind, it was the club couldn't get a deal done. But Ramsey and his agent were like, "Okay, this is going nowhere. Let's move on." Do you remember Emery didn't really pick him at the beginning? It wasn't until he realised, "Oh, that is our best player," that he started picking him properly.
It honestly feels like the biggest language barrier problem ever.
Yeah, it does feel like the language barrier was a big one.
Because he had beef in France too.
Yeah. There's a question about the style of his communication, though, isn't there? Whether it's a language thing, because he had translators, he had Spanish speakers at the club.
Yeah, but he is clearly still an assertive guy. You can't be assertive with bad language.
Yeah, but other managers have achieved it.
Other managers have. It's just not for everyone. I think he's a man that needs to be in Spain. In Spain, he got triple Europas.
Yeah, he said, yeah, he'll probably end up going back to Spain, but that it's not the same. So like football clubs in England are like a church, and the level of investment and passion is different. So I kind of just want to figure out how to get back to England, but I don't see that coming.
Oh, he's trying to come back. You know what, T? West Ham United, I could see it.
Yeah, well,
I think he was linked actually before Moyes.
Listen, if West Ham appointed Unai Emery, not a single person in this chat would be surprised.
I think West Ham fans will go mental though.
But they go mental whoever they appoint though. They went, let's get Bilic, legend. Fucking get rid of Bilic. Okay.
I think that was harsh.
Tough though, isn't it? They really had collapsed that second season. Or was it third season?
There's something to that though, because with Pellegrini they collapsed.
Yeah, this is what West Ham do.
When I spoke to like the fans, they put it down to Pellegrini just saying, fuck it, man. I'm out. They think he down tools. I think
it was a weird transfer window for West Ham that summer when he was like, we need goals, we need strikers, and every window they seem to just miss, and they spent all that money on Haller, who I do think is a good player, by the way.
But he was their third striker at Frankfurt, no?
Yeah, something like that. I believe in him as a player, and I think in a better circumstance he would score goals. I think there's a weird one. Him and Joe Linton, right? Are they bad players? I wouldn't commit to saying they're bad players.
Joe Linton. I can't vouch for Joe Linton, but I don't think Haller is a bad player.
Yeah, I like. There's things I like about both those players.
Oh, another point I had on Drogba, yeah, is that his peak was a Jose peak. Like,
yeah. He might not have peaked under Jose.
You think not?
Well, I mean, the Jose, you're talking about 2.5 years there. 04 to what? Halfway through 06. I think Drogba more becomes the Drogba.
Under who? Ancelotti?
Maybe Ancelotti? I don't know. I'd have to look at. I don't know if he peaked, because if he peaked under Mourinho, then he's got another like 12 years of his career that.
Well, maybe people, they're saying 09, 010, but he announced himself.
09, 010, he scores 37 in 44.
Fuck it, no. That's Ancelotti, yeah.
That's mental, yeah. That's Carlo Ancelotti. That's the title. That's when I'd say he peaked. He was, a monster by then.
I was about to indict him on his lack of versatility.
Nah, yeah. The funny thing is, I have a friend who's a Chelsea fan. I have a few friends that are Chelsea fans, but I have a friend who's a Chelsea fan who I used to play Football Manager with, whose opinion I give some credibility. And he called him, all the way up until the end of that season, he called him lead boots. He said it was like watching a striker wearing lead boots.
Yeah.
Second season, he changed his story, obviously. But that first season, I remember that not being an easy season for him.
First season. Well, yeah, that sounds about right.
Love Didier Drogba.
That sounds about right. That could have been Lukaku, man.
Lukaku's what, the age now that
Drogba announced himself. Yeah, he turned 27.
Yeah, go on. 2010. He's 42 now. So wait, he's 31 in 2009, 2010.
What?
He's 31.
Wow.
So you go back, what, 5 years from then, he's 26. Lukaku's on track, man.
He's on track. If he stays at Inter, he's definitely on track.
Yeah. I won't hear a lot of slander against Romelu Lukaku.
I don't think I have a lot of slander against him.
No, you don't. You don't. I think a lot of Man United fans do, though.
Yeah, that's the emotion. Because you know what? I could never fault him on. He never hid, and he always had passion. He's just a terrible footballer.
I don't think it's a terrible. Okay, again, I don't want to. People hate me because I always like go to a real life anecdote about a football player, right? Me and Specs, like, obviously Specs did a shoot with him. I've done shoots with him before. I shot with him years ago, but we did a shoot with him, and it came up, like, because Specs is wearing glasses, and he's like, I need to get glasses, and we're like, what? Yeah, like sometimes in night games when the ball's coming to me from far, I can't even see it. They say I need to get laser correction, or I can't put contact lenses in.
Wow.
He says now, sometimes when I play for some teams, it's not that bad. But sometimes when there's too much long balls, you're playing Champions League or Europa League or whatever, I can't see the ball.
Man United.
I just want to say, do you know how good of an impression that was? Shout out anyone who doesn't know. That's a great impression. Come on. If I can't go live on Twitch, I'm sorry, I can't, because basically, let me explain this to you. We need to get the viewing average up to over 75 viewers per upload. But basically, if we do it both at the same time, more people come to YouTube. I can't keep the average up. Once I get the average over 75 people live at one time, then we could do everything on Twitch. But I need to do something exclusive over there. Once I do the next thing exclusive, everything will go up there. But I can't turn on Twitch right now because I won't get over 75 minimum because everyone's here. And
that, guys, is Tigo's job.
It's just the little bits of like strategy and stuff that I just need to do. I'll let you lot in on it. It's not complicated. It's just I'll just let you guys in on it. We're not talking about The Last Dance today. We're talking about Last Dance tomorrow. Once we finish shooting, he gets up, looks at us. Obviously, he knows we're football people, whatever. He looks at us and goes, "Sorry, guys, got to go watch my new team play in the Champions League." And he starts to run, and he's like, I'm joking. But that was
you didn't tell me that.
That was Juventus playing that day, to be fair.
Well, he was supposed to go then, no?
Yeah.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie, yeah. I sound like a hater. The stream's froze apparently. Can you? Yeah, the stream. I'm watching it on YouTube. It's just what's it called? Frozen.
That'll be a StreamYard issue or a YouTube issue.
Yeah,
I don't think that's us.
Yeah, the comments are still coming out. They can still hear it.
It's back. Sorry, guys. Yeah, normally I would catch that, but I think that is a StreamYard or a YouTube issue. Do you see YouTube went down the other day?
Yeah, man. People were DMing me like, "Yo, filthy content all gone."
It went down for like 10 minutes as well, but so many people were like, "Shit." Yeah, go on. You saying you were a hater?
Oh yeah, no, yeah. I sound like a hater because I didn't want him to go and leave us and have instant success.
Yeah, I understand that. And I've definitely felt that before.
Oh, bro. Nah, you can't do that. I feel like if we had bucked them in the Europa, he would have scored and he would have gone mental.
Yeah, I definitely don't. He's definitely not happy with Manchester United fans. He's never said. I've never heard him say that. He's definitely not happy with
Oh
Manchester
no,
United fans.
it's clear to see.
Yeah, I think they tried to destroy his.
And, yeah, rightfully so, man.
Yeah, yeah, because he's now what? He's the fastest player to 20 goals in Inter history. He's the youngest player to 100 goals in Premier League history. Top goal scorer for his country.
150 career goals.
The disrespect in England is... I don't know if he'll ever come back and rectify it. I hope he does.
Well, there's no space for him.
Well, not right this second, no. I mean, you think about the fact that summer it was Morata or Lukaku, Chelsea or Man United. And obviously Morata went to Chelsea. If Lukaku had gone back home to Chelsea...
Under Conte.
Yeah.
Conte really good him.
And I think Chelsea fans would have said, like, he reminds us of Drogba, he gives us that Drogba feeling. And it's one of those big ifs, isn't it?
Hey, man, ifs and buts will drive you nuts.
Some of the comments that Man United fans are doing the same thing to Pogba. No, I think they're doing the opposite with Pogba.
That is never true.
Yeah, I think with Pogba, they're
that is never true. Trying
their hardest to
yeah, that is never
make him happy. I've just seen
what's
the
your
date. Hold on, I've just seen that the date is wrong on the upload. Hold on, what's the date today? Monday the 18th.
I don't know. Yes.
Okay.
Woo.
Haunted, isn't it?
Fam, tomorrow it's going to get hotter in the week.
Yeah, I don't have that much to do tomorrow, to be fair. Sorry, guys, this is very dry. I'm just changing the title. There should be more people in here. There's a lot of Pogba slander from fans. I don't think there's that much Pogba slander from Manchester United fans.
Hey, ZG, that's not my sister. That's Tigo's side.
What is? Oh, someone screaming in the background. That's my neighbor.
Yeah, don't try it. Don't slander my sister. Oh, no, someone's actually crying on this side.
It's not coming through. Okay, whoever it was that pointed out that the date was wrong in the title, you're to blame for this period of inactivity. What have we got to talk about today? We've obviously got Callum Hudson-Odoi. Oh, Lumos sent me a message on WhatsApp to tell me as well. Thanks, Lumos, for fuck's sake. Caltech, that situation. There's not a lot to talk about there because we don't know anything.
Rooney sending shots.
Who did Rooney send shots at?
Jose and Fergie.
Oh yeah, the low key, those little subliminal ones. Yeah, I like that. Alex Song talking about when he left Arsenal. That was interesting. Nigel Pearson's doing conspiracy theories.
Oh, of course.
This is something, again, not to toot my own horn, but you guys know I'm an arrogant cunt. So Sky and BT are asking the Premier League to mic up the technical area and screen the changing rooms at halftime. Do you remember me talking about that and how they were going to be micing up those areas? That's why they could add a level of production. I think that they're asking for it. Whether or not they get it, we'll see.
Because you're a producer.
Yeah, exactly. Lacazette doing balloons again. Don't know that much or care that much, but it's amazing how stupid Arsenal players are.
We can theorize. Fuck it.
Just relax for a couple of weeks. Nah. I want headlines. Scottish Premiership's over.
Is it?
Yeah, they cancelled that. Celtic are the champions. Bentner lost £5 million playing poker.
Wow.
I mean, there's a lot. Weekends are great. You get a lot of headlines. And also, there was football this weekend, so there's shit to talk about.
Exactly. That's what I was going to get to. Did you enjoy it?
Yes, I think I did. I don't know that I did.
Yeah, no, I thought I did, but in hindsight, I didn't. But do you know what? Do you know why? Because with no fans, you focus on other things. And what you're seeing most now is just like the football. Yeah. So when I watched Dortmund, I was like, right, these lot play fast, they break fast. There's a lot of pace over here. Then I watched Bayern, I was like, this is shit.
But the thing about it looked like a training game, in the sense that like when Schalke's line collapsed and one went forward, and then Dortmund saw that space and they kind of shifted the ball into the space, and then they just broke and there's the goal. You're looking at it just going like, this looks like routines. I can see too much.
It looks like phase of play.
Yeah.
Remember, I was watching it. Yeah, I was watching Bayern, and I thought, shit, man, like Thiago might really enjoy this.
Yeah, I was reading a thing about Thiago the other day. He's having a mental season apparently.
What, statistically?
Yeah.
Well, all I know is I watched him play, and it looked like, bruv, he was playing walking, and he strikes me as one of them players that do better in training.
Yeah. Yeah, one of his biggest fans, I happen to know for a fact, is also one of Jadon Sancho's biggest fans, and he's also one of Big Zoo's biggest fans. HP.
Your intro is the greatest in the world.
Ari, did you like football this weekend? Did you watch any?
Can't lie to you. Dortmund game, absolutely trashed, and I realized that maybe I don't miss football that much. I realized that all of this talk that we've been talking was all lies. It was crap.
It was crap. They didn't. I was disappointed with the production, like just empty seats and all that. I thought.
Well, that's like the prototype. What's it called? What's that thing called? That's first.
The
pilot, basically.
Yeah. So when the Prem come, we've seen what they've done wrong. We're gonna try something here.
Yeah, I also think a lot of these teams, they're scared to do stuff. Like the first team that puts crowd noise in, they're going to get ridiculed. And they're like, we'll wait. The first team that puts like digital fans or cutout fans, they're going to get killed. So they're like, we'll wait.
I've decided I'm watching all Dortmund games.
Yeah.
That's
Dortmund play amazing football. Bayern Munich play football that you can play with on FIFA. Because they know they're always going to win. Like it's one of them ones. Leipzig, they're good, but it's just we ain't got no real relation to that league apart from the two powerhouses, which are Dortmund and Bayern Munich. If we're being totally honest, isn't it? Obviously we watch a few other teams to find out different players and whatnot, but ultimately it's about us Dortmund and Bayern. If them two in play in a game, I don't think there's going to be a lot of people that's going to want to watch it.
Well, Scottish Taco 03 says from what he watched to the weekends, Bundesliga teams can ball, whereas teams like Newcastle and Burnley probably can't. There's something to that, right? But watching a team that can't really ball try and ball, that's not fun. That's actually not fun.
No, I love it.
Jordy, you actually basically same with me. I love it. Like I actually love to see someone fail at doing something that they know they can't do, but the moment has made them think they can.
I love a shit house. Yeah, go on.
When I do the talent hunt live, there's no beat, but I love to see people try and mimic a beat. It's just
the difference is with talent hunt is like they think they've got talent. So they're trying to like show you their greatness. When you talk about like mid-table or bottom of the league German teams trying to like kick ball, you're like, come on, boys, you wish you were kicking it long right now. You wish you were compact and fucking just picking out channels, not all this trying to kick ball and getting overloaded shit. This is not good for you.
I like when shithouse football damages the opponent psychologically.
Yeah. I know what you mean. It's like playing FIFA against someone that you know you should beat. Because you know that you're gonna beat them, your performance is so trash that they end up scoring first, and you're like, wait, hold on, I need to get serious now. And you get the 2-1, but it's so embarrassing, and you feel like you've lost.
Like you see Atletico, you shouldn't enjoy that win against Liverpool.
Yeah.
But because they they were so rattled, fucking amazing watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were fucking shit in that game.
Hopefully we see that.
Yeah, look, football's back. It doesn't feel like how it should feel, does it?
No.
I think we knew that.
I'll tell you what, I watched a few minutes of England versus Scotland from Euro 96 on ITV yesterday. Football was so shit in 1996. I'm looking at like a left winger and a right wing. I'm looking at Anderton and McManaman playing 1-2s with each other on the same wing, and I'm going, "You think you could do that now? You think you could just two wingers be on the same wing just doing 1-2s? What?"
I watched Netherlands versus Mexico in 2010.
Yeah.
And Dirk Kuyt was going mental. He worked hard that tournament, you know. I think he played like every position.
Serious grafter.
He worked hard.
Serious grafter.
That's one of my favorite players, you know.
Yeah, me too.
I used to be scared of him. I used to be scared when he was in the lineup.
If you can scare me, I think you're a very good player because I think he done the work that nobody probably rated, but he was on job. Really, really on job.
Someone has pointed out the quote, sorry, Jody, that Graham Souness said that if he tested positive, he would hide the test and play anyway. And I think a lot of people jumping on that, and I get it, but every one of your favorite football players would do exactly the same thing.
Yeah, but you don't say that, do you, Tigo?
No, you don't.
You don't say that.
Something you don't say.
Nah, he's do you know, I've realized the older people say what they feel. They just say whatever they want to say, to be honest.
Bolt said something in the chat, yeah, that
Bolt's not that old, man. He's not that old.
You have me thinking though. What's your favorite Premier League free kick?
Good question.
I'm not a big free kicks guy. It's Ronaldo against Portsmouth, probably. I'm just not a big free kicks guy.
That's what Bolt said, yeah. And I get it. But there's
you know what, yeah, Geordie? I didn't think that was all that blood.
Nah, it was.
He smacked it. Don't get it twisted, yeah. But there's got to be like Bex ain't whipped a better one than that. Henri's one when he looked at the ref and said, "Is that all right?"
That's calm. That's a storyline. That's beautiful, but Ronaldo's like that's the most perfectly hit.
Yeah,
but you see all
of that.
You see what Payet did against De Gea. Yeah. I don't even know if that was a Prem game or an FA Cup game, but that
ball was so high up.
Oh my god!
It looked over him. Do you know what though? Do you know the best almost good free kick was Mata, Stamford Bridge against David De Gea. David De Gea just tipped it.
Yeah.
If that went in, that probably would have been the best ever free kick ups because the tech on that was unreal. But yeah, I'd say it'd have to be. Yeah, Ronaldo's one was crazy. It was crazy, but I think that was just the beginning. I think he scored better free kicks than that. But for the Premier League, that was crazy.
There's a lot of people in here talking about Payet versus Palace and Sanchez versus Southampton, CR7 versus Sunderland. I mean, I'll be honest with you. Like I said, I'm not a free kicks guy, so I'll just defer to you guys if you remember these ones. I don't.
Oh, what about Van Persie versus City? Last minute.
Deflection. I don't rate deflection free kicks.
I know, but the moment, man.
Yeah, that moment, I'm not going to lie, I screamed.
Woo!
I lost my voice.
Ultimately, the answer might be David Beckham against Greece.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
In terms of pressure, quality, just that release.
My whole estate went mental.
Yeah.
I went to my uncle's house, yeah, and I left my house at 10 minutes after the game just started. Got there, and it was literally the David Beckham free kick. Most of my uncles that were in that house do not have a British passport, but they were so ecstatic, yeah, that when it went in, bro, we all screamed. Supermall everywhere, flying. That was one of the best moments. That's when I was proud to be British.
Yeah, that was like, I guess Sven had just taken over England. They beat Germany 5-1. That felt like, wow, there's a point being an England fan now. David Beckham, like recovering from the 98 World Cup. Here we go. Lionheart. How are you, England? I tell you, it's funny as well, watching England versus Scotland, and it is more my remit than it is, I guess, most people. I'm looking in the crowd. This is at Wembley. There wasn't a face that wasn't white in that crowd. England games are a very different place now.
Yeah. I don't like Wembley.
No.
I've had some good times at Wembley.
I don't like Wembley. I don't like see my pictures, yeah. When I go stadiums, I like to be obviously in the crowd, but I need to feel like I'm on the wing, bro.
Yes, yeah. I love that. Upton Park was one of the best stadiums that I've ever been to watch a game. Upton Park was serious. I like stadiums like White Hart Lane, Highbury.
You're sitting. You're on right mid.
They're the best ones. They're the best ones for me.
People asking us to talk about Callum Hudson-Odoi. We can say this. That's very sad. We know nothing. You read the story. There's not much to talk about there. I think he probably should have been smarter than having people come over knowing that, you know, stuff's going on. But yeah, what the fuck do we know?
I wish as a fellow black man in this industry, we're not the same, but you know, I hope it's not true. I hope the allegations ain't real, because he's a young player who has the world at his feet at the moment, and I would never want him to be in that position. But then ultimately, you got to take responsibility, like you said, Tigo, for allowing that stuff to happen. You know, you got more to lose than you have to gain in those situations. So
we all have to be smarter about everything at all times. Like all these people in the comments talking about what they think happened. You know nothing. You know nothing, and we know nothing. So we don't talk about it. And whenever you've seen Filthy Fellas in the past, whenever there's something like this where someone's livelihood and their whole thing's on the line, we don't talk about it.
Yeah,
because that's not relevant to us. But did you read any of the Luke Chadwick stuff this weekend?
Well, I don't know if it's the same thing, Tigo, but I saw something about how he used to deal with the fact that he was butters, and how that dealt with. You see now. But yeah, basically you're saying that he was butters, and then, you know what's so mad, yeah? I saw this picture of him on, I think it was a Match magazine, and he was standing outside some wall or something, and he looked so butters, blood, like flipping hell, mate.
You see what you're doing now. You see what you're doing now, Harry.
Yeah.
This is he came out and was like, look, I made my debut at 19. Alex Ferguson really liked me. I've got a title and all this stuff. But on Match of the Day, Gary Lineker used to talk about how I got beat with the ugly stick. And then on They Think It's All Over, the football quiz show, they used to just kill me every week. And you don't think about it, but that guy was 19 years old. He was just getting battered. And it made me think we once made fun of Wilfred Zaha and his voice. And I know that his people didn't like that. And I did think, like, yeah, that's not really fair, is it? That we just like made fun of his voice once.
He hasn't spoke since.
No, well, but I met him. We met him. He was very nice. He didn't have any problems, and I know a bit about his business and his strategy and everything. I got a lot of respect for him and his team. But yeah, and that doesn't come into what I'm saying here. I think you look at Luke Chadwick. You go, look, 1999. He's playing for Man United. He's 19. He's got a title, but managers calling him ugly all the time.
Well, let's be clear, man. All of us have been called ugly.
Yeah. I'm biased, but I just make it out like I'm not.
I've never been called ugly on 30 grand a week.
He wasn't on 30 grand a week, but he said he was scared to go to the Trafford Centre because everyone felt like they could just say it. Yeah, I mean, look, he's not handsome. He's definitely not. There's no question about it. But
Harry, fuck off. Harry, fuck off.
Listen, someone in here says, "Will we leave Harry Kane's voice alone now?" No. We're gonna kill everyone. We're gonna kill ugly players as well. My point isn't, whatever. My point is, man, that's sad.
Bruv, I can't lie to you. Someone just said, Dutty does just said, if you're clapped, you're clapped. The best thing to do in those situations, especially when you are making mad bread than the normal person, is to own it. I think once you own situations, which easier said than done, you just have to own situations, bro. Because once you allow it to eat you up, it's a wrap. And obviously it's easy to say that now, but looking back, if he had people around him that said, "Bro, you're butters, but own it," you know what I'm saying?
I think the thing is, then you're talking about a young Man United player, 19. He's probably like listening to indie Britpop wearing bootcut jeans and baggy t-shirts and that. These days, Butters players, they go, right, I'm buying the biggest chain, I'm buying the most expensive Balenciaga, everything this and everything that, and then they just overdo it on their socials, and people don't even realize. But that guy's kind of, it's kind of, you know what I mean, what's going on?
Yeah, I mean, no, but I think he looks better now, though, innit? He sorted out his teeth and stuff, innit?
I haven't seen him.
Yeah. He said, yeah. I read the whole thing. He was talking about how as a kid he needed braces, but he got them too late, and it gave him an overbite. And the surgery to correct it would have fucked his head or something like that. So, I don't know, man. Who are the Butters players now who are probably like someone said Tevez and Ribery? I don't think they give a shit.
But look at that though. Ribery's like obviously Ribery's thing's different because he's had a problem from when he was a bit younger, and then Tevez, I think he had was it a burn or something, and he said he doesn't want to have surgery for it. He wanted it to remind him of it all the time. So I think these people have like they've owned it in it. So they've said, "Raw, I'm Butters, but I've got money," and I think that helps it a bit.
Ribery had some scandalous moments early in his career that I think probably overtook how he looked. Tevez, obviously, he lost the fight to a werewolf. Jolyon Lescott, but Jolyon Lescott's a good-looking man, though. Say what you will, he's a good-looking man.
Yeah, it's just the little thing that he's got in his head, but no, he still gets gal. Don't ever get it twisted.
Oh, he's a good-looking man.
Yeah, just a bit mad, like for the whatever happened. But listen, it's all like, it's all just whatever. People say what they got to say. I mean, look at Canu. I thought Canu when I was growing up was woo, but he ended up growing into his looks. So it's just literally, bro. Everyone has the entire. Oh, bro, I've just seen someone, and I'm not even gonna say it because I've always thought this guy's clap.
Someone said Jason Puncher. Jason Puncher's not.
Sully Montari.
Nah.
Okay. Have you seen him sweat?
Let me have a look.
Harry, you need to relax.
You know what? Yeah, I've realized. Yeah, I told you, look, my new mantra. I don't care no more.
Oh yeah, no, he looks like an uncle though. Oh wow, nah, that can't be a real picture.
That's him. Look.
Nah, that's not a real picture.
You know, in the morning, everyone looks Butters. Can you imagine how he looks?
Oh, God.
All right, Sully Montari's got a Champions League medal, so it's calm.
Yeah.
All right, if you lot ain't comfortable talking about who's good looking and who's not good looking, that's on you lot. Welcome to 2020, bro. If you can't see someone and say that's a good looking person, I don't know what you're seeing in the mirror.
Yeah. No, okay, I'm done. Guys, I'm sorry, because I don't want to be known for being the rude guy. I'm not even the rudest person. That's
one of the rudest people.
No, you're the rudest person.
Yeah.
Me?
I would say so.
Damn.
It's you.
I don't even want that title, to be honest.
Specs isn't rude.
Shout out to GT5. We've seen your comment. Stop spamming, please.
Your thing is 2-footed.
Yeah, because I believe there's no point of doing the sidestepping. Just do it. Say it, so it's understood. But
yeah, you're one of the more. I'd say you're one of the more honest people I've ever met. Too honest.
That's my problem. That's why I used to get into a lot of fights when I was younger. Because I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't go around in the corner. I'd just say, "Bro, you're a dickhead. You got banged in your face yesterday." Bow! Start fighting. Do you know what I mean? That was mine. But yeah, I'll stop.
Yeah, I hear that. My problem was
with Big Zoo. What happened with Big Zoo?
Someone put up a video of him and said, "This is Sancho's highlights from the game against Schalke."
Yeah,
because basically Sancho came out. His hair's got a very similar haircut at the moment.
Yeah,
and people were saying that Sancho looked overweight, so they're saying look like Big Zoo. Zoo did not like, for whatever reason, Zoo did not like it, and you know, is what it is. Zoo came out and was just like, "Who the fuck do you think you are, trying to take the piss?" Zoo had a great day on Friday. New TV show to me is
amazing,
so good. It's so good. Everyone should watch that. Fridays, 10 p.m.
It's actually very good.
It's so good. And I thought, Jimmy Carr was amazing. Gave him everything he needed.
Listen, we've all been caught on the wrong day on Twitter, man.
Yeah, shit happens, doesn't it?
Yeah, Big Zeus said, "Fuck it."
Yeah.
Today he's gonna hear me.
Yeah, and I think it's funny that people would post that it's on Dave, that the new show is on Dave. People would post that conversation and be like, "Look at Zoo having a howler," and you're just like, "Yeah, but I mean, you were being whatever way you want to look at it, whether you were being disrespectful within like the parameters of what's acceptable on the internet, you were being disrespectful." He's allowed to be like, "Fuck you, don't disrespect me." Doesn't have to, can let it go. Some days you don't want to let it go. It is what it is.
Do you know what it is though? Apart from like the fact that he's got an amazing show, like he makes a lot of good money from the work, that the music that he does. At the end of the day, we're still gonna go on Twitter. We're still gonna go on Instagram. Like we've all been at shoots or video shoots or whatever work it is. You could be getting paid £10,000 a minute, mate, but you're still gonna be looking at your phone. If you go on Twitter and you see something that you don't like about yourself, you're obliged to say what you got to say. It's just that you have to be open to the fact that people are going to make more jokes about you, and there's more of a bigger community out there than just you, and they're probably going to win.
It's an adjustment. It's an adjustment. You've probably more than anybody. Like you went from, someone who's in control of his audience and communicates directly to, okay, here's content that you're not in control of that's out there doing this over here, and people are going to have different opinions on you. It can catch up with you. Like I said, it's just about a good day and a bad day, really, isn't it?
I've had my bad days, many days, but I just know that what my job is, and it's not to be on Twitter having arguments with people that really ain't helping or supporting my cause, really. So I've had to learn my own way. But I came off Twitter for 3 months because of that.
I remember. I was worried your account was going to be deactivated.
Do you know what's so mad? Big up Loomis, I keep saying it, because he came with the facts. Email addresses, direct contacts. Imagine when I got my Twitter back into my Twitter, I asked the lady, "Can you get me verified?" She was like, "Man, sorry, stop replying." Yeah, no, I get that.
Twitter verification is powerful, man. All Snip said was, "Did people really? Who were the people that were really listening to Nelly in the 2000s? Just because of that blue tick, he got the whole of America on him."
Yeah,
is he verified?
Yeah, he's verified. Yeah.
Yeah, it's mad though, man. Because what he said was actually, like, to some context, it was true.
I think in the UK you can have a conversation about, like, because obviously I was in school at that time, and I remember the girls loved Nelly, and the guys will mostly go and listen to what the girls listen to because the girls love Nelly. But I don't remember it being like, "Yeah, man don't listen to Nelly." I don't remember that. But again, I'm in school at that time, so who the fuck knows?
Yeah, I remember listening to Nelly and that, but I wasn't eligible to go to a party. I was about 8 or something. Or
exactly.
9. Do you know what I'm saying? So I just remember it being a song that I wished I used to go to the rave via the TV screen.
Yeah.
So whatever party was going on, there it was happening was my rave. But maybe he's a bit older than me, so I can obviously think when he was in the 20s, he was probably listening to other stuff. But
yeah, he's a decent amount older than us.
Audience on Twitter that argue are of the ages of 16 to 25. You can't argue with those people.
No, you can't. No, that is pointless.
Yeah, you won't.
They start with like, all right, what am I going to say that's going to be snappy, sassy, and get me retweets off the rip? You come back like, oh, okay. Because I was just like, let me just see what happens. And seeing all these people come at me, I'm just like, it's just so
proud though.
Yeah, but I was just like, let me just not rise to it at all. Obviously, I didn't have the feeling to rise to it, but I was just like, what are you here for? Why are you so excited? Like, what are you doing? Just relax.
Yeah,
it's a very touchy subject. Black Americans don't like white people, let alone people from the UK criticizing a black rapper. They'll pull out the race card. Well, black people are not a monolith. And I think that is something that the internet does a really bad job of, is making everyone look like they're white people do this, Indian people all do this, Somalis all do this. The internet makes it a monolith, and then people think they can say I'm this, and we all say this. And I'm like, I mean, you're just someone on the internet.
Yeah, but you know what the maddest thing is though, yeah? Obviously I don't condone racism, yeah, but someone called him Snow Budden and I was out.
Oh no, some of it was funny. I think Snips deserved a lot of it because he was just trying to provoke people. Yeah. One of the best provocateurs on planet Earth knows what I'm talking about.
Hey, with the new facelift in the crib, I see you.
It is wavy in here.
He spent all his t-shirt money on paint.
I have to get a t-shirt for that. That was dirty.
No, yeah, that was insane. But yeah,
Snow Budden, Meth Head Man, that was funny.
They said what?
They called him Meth Head Man.
Nah, it's mad though, man. I think Twitter, we've all had our stages where we've just had to realize that anything that we take personal, we got to take it away from Twitter. Otherwise, it's just an L. Literally just an L.
Yeah. When did you join Twitter, Tigo?
I was on it before my current account, so I think I was on it for 2008.
You remember Twitter, Joe, early on when they used to do like Jamaica versus Africa?
Yep.
You see, that was wild. That was, oh my, that was the scariest time on Twitter.
Sorry, someone here, Raheem Butts just said, who remembers Poet's Belly on Gaslight with Chunks? You know, that was a year ago today.
My belly?
Yeah, with that on that Gasworks with Chunks. 1 year ago today. Yeah.
Chunks, he's done.
Oh, yesterday.
He's had a good year.
He's had a good year.
Chunks has had a good year.
Amazing. He deserves it, man. He deserves it all.
He does.
I had to change that whole thing about Snips, but yeah, Twitter back in the day was worse though.
Yeah.
To be fair,
back in the day was mental.
Man, like Snips got light. That was light. You're talking about 2009 Twitter. That was light. What Snips got light.
Trying to get.
I think just being like killed with jokes. I think I've got no issue with that. Like, especially someone like Snips who really listened to Nelly in the early 2000s. Like, come on, man. Just because you didn't, what kind of question? It's such a dumb question. But then when they start calling him racist for it, I'm just like, okay. That's not funny, I don't think. When you start dealing with like slander and libel, I'm like, no, relax. Because that kind of mud sticks. But as far as the jokes, Meth Head Man is hilarious.
No, you can't call a man Snow Budden and Meth Head Man. That's hilarious, man. That's when it's like, all right, cool. I know it's a bit racist, but bloody hell, that's hilarious. Like, do you know what's mad though? Yeah, I wasn't on Twitter, but I had a friend that used to just screenshot me the good jokes, innit? And there was a guy called, I think, Jams London or Jabs London or whatever it is. His name was, yeah. And I remember him, Lippy, when Lippy used to do videos about madnesses that he's had back in the day. Then there was J2O. There was just some sick names, yeah, that I used to just think, you man are so cool. Because I felt that I was funny, but I couldn't be Twitter funny. You know, there's Twitter funny and there's real funny. Yeah, there was a.
But the two aren't the same.
Yeah,
no.
They're not.
You can be both. There are people that are both, but it's rare.
Yeah, the two aren't the same. Some people that are Twitter funny are quiet as a mouse in the room.
There are people that, but then Jordy, you was always been very funny, but for a lot of people, you was very quiet. And I think that is Twitter. Twitter, yeah, realistically, is not a place for Mandem. It is a place where it's like a large playground, and the worst people are the wittiest. They're the rude boys on the net, the wittiest people. And unless you're witty, just allow it. Just don't go on Twitter talking sense. Don't go on Twitter talking the truth. You have to tell the truth or any of that with a bit of wit. Otherwise, the man will just tell a lie, and it will be funnier, and no one cares about your truth.
Oh yeah, the lies. Whatever's funniest wins.
My advice on Twitter is just talk to yourself.
Yeah. When you say that, when you said that in a group, I said that's amazing advice, because I realized that most of my tweets that have gone mad have been tweets where I'm talking to myself.
Yeah, for me, bro.
I'm not gonna lie. I used to try and be funny on Twitter, get like one like, delete it, try again. But these times, I weren't like doing what I was doing. So I used to look at certain man's tweets and think, why didn't I think of that? And Jordy, you're one of them. You and Tigo are one of them. And then Poet has stupid captions.
Yeah, Poet's witty.
Stupid though, like stupid. Man said Jesus Christ of basketball. Like, who says that?
Harry, you gotta look at Jordy and Tigo, yeah. they're consistent with it. It's not just one tweet. If you look at how long Ego's Twitter has been funny, or Jordan, it's bare long. It's just until someone notices it and picks up on it and then tries to elevate it, it comes. So don't worry about your one tweet that didn't bang. Because I was doing bare tweets. I was watching Jordy, Tigo, Whitney, Scribs,
Whitney,
all of them, and I was like, yeah. Just keep going with whatever your personality is, and it will bang.
Speak to yourself, man. You got to treat it like Speaker's Corner.
Boy.
Yeah, it's funny because the minute you start trying to get retweets or trying to, you're gonna look at your tweet and go, "What was I doing? What is that?" That's so corny.
Have your own corner. People will come to that corner. If you don't like them, take them out of the corner.
Shout out to Nathan Loney. All right, this topic is boring now. Next topic. Guess what? We're going to do another 5 minutes on this topic. Who else is good on Twitter?
Just out of pride.
Yeah.
Imagine
that. Imagine you just came in and said that. Come on.
I think JME is great on Twitter. We said this the other day. He tweets like it's still back in the day. And I love it.
And he took a year off.
When I see RT and he's talking, that's why I didn't go on Twitter before thinking, RT, me. I didn't even have to do algebra. Not happening. I ain't getting on Twitter.
Jeremy with his manual retweets. Fucking hell.
That's the OCD though.
Yeah, Premier League clubs are coming back to small group training as of Thursday.
So what's that? All the good players.
Yeah.
And then all that, yeah, you're all right. You play.
The funny thing is, the Chelseas, the Man Uniteds, the Liverpools, the big teams, they've all got like 10, 15 training pitches. So it's easy for them. But like, I've been to West Brom's training ground. It's at 3. It's harder to do small group training sessions if only 9 people can train at a time.
Have you been Palace?
Yeah, Palace got a few though. Palace got a few. They just kind of go back and back. No, Palace is all right.
Who else is there?
Can I just say before we go into this football talk, Sunderland Till I Die.
Yes.
Is one of the greatest documentaries I've ever watched in my life.
No, we don't watch it.
No, Poet. How can grab and leave and say, "Raw"? I came off the bench. I was like, "No, I'm not having this," and he left.
Bro, I love it because they're interviewing him, and he's just sitting there, kind of side to the camera, wearing a tech pack. And you don't know he's gone. You don't know he's gone, but then they start explaining how, he's gone, and then he comes back and bags.
Bro, that was one of the most funniest things I've ever seen in my life. The fact that I know they're gonna fail every time is the best thing ever.
Boys, according to Worldwide Arsenal AFC, there are strong rumours that a swap deal involving Hector Bellerin and Thomas Partey will be on the cards.
Well, Arsenal don't have a right back, so that would be mental. Unless they're bringing in Cedric.
Ever since Poet mentioned the guy in these bars, bruv, the guy's turned into some fashionista, bruv.
Killed him.
You killed him, Poet, man. Then you gave him the boot. Get out of there. Yinka as well, man.
I'll give him the boot first.
So it's you and Yinka. All right, cool. You and Yinka.
I didn't give him the boot for him to give himself the boot. Big man, this is mad.
That's a good deal for Arsenal. Arsenal don't have Cedric Alex one. They don't. They loaned him this year.
Are you serious?
But that'd be a good deal. Bellerin for Partey.
No, if you don't get Partey, it's a good signing.
I think you could do it. Listen, I don't mind, how Callum Chambers has looked there. I think Maitland-Niles can do it.
Disagree.
You just buy another right back. Don't do this.
They have to replace him.
Exactly. Yeah. And if you only got to do it for a season, then so be it.
No.
Who's that? Is that me?
Someone's making. Is it me?
Oh my days.
I'm still hearing it. It might be me, but I don't want to leave because then it's just two of you.
Hold on one sec.
Yo.
Hello?
Yeah, it's you, Harry.
It's
gone anyway. It's gone. Yeah, if Arsenal can get a right back, they're not easy to come by.
Lumos, that's your third strike. Fight me.
What did he say there?
He said I'm mad. He's been on me all day. I'm gonna beat him up,
Luma still thinks it's his birthday, fam. That's what it is.
That's what I'm telling you. What was he doing putting those Vine videos in the group? from 2015 or whatever that was.
That no one watched.
Lumos has been on me all day, bro.
He has actually. Lumos has been sticking it on you.
Wow. All right, where do you want to start, lads?
I do like this party talk. I think we should bring him in. I'm up for it. And Bellering's not playing. But I think it's not going to happen, though, because Trippier's there.
True.
It's not going to happen, so it was just a waste of time.
Trippier might be banned for 10 years, though, right?
What?
They're talking about a decent sized ban because he told his family members that he was going, and they put bets on him going to Atletico, which is very against the rules. Yeah, he is facing a ban.
That's mad. That's crazy. I mean, he's had a great start to his Atletico career, but imagine you just get 10 years off, no pay.
It won't be 10 years. No, I was exaggerating, but yeah.
How you doing a testimonial on the bench, man? Nah, bro, you play.
Partey, but who would you put alongside him in that Arsenal team?
Lil Doozy Vert.
Nah, man, he's not ready, you know.
He is ready. He's just got an attitude problem.
He's not ready, Jordy. I can't lie.
He has to be ready, man. He can't play that many first team games and not be ready by now.
He's ready.
He's not.
He's ready. Just don't listen to instructions.
There's too many. You're an idiot. We need something. I don't know. If you get partly the caliber of your midfield is raised so high. Unfortunately,
I love the fact that Poet's calling him partly, and he's been doing that for as long as he's ever thought about it. But there are so many players that if once Poet decides that's their name, and all the comments will be like, Poet, you don't know his name. Poet knows his name. He's just decided.
Poet has said Jose Mourinho for 10 years.
He knows.
Jose.
I got DMs saying, tell Poet to stop saying Jose. I'm like, fuck off.
Do you know what it is? Yeah, you're right. I just wanted to decide. That's his name for me. There are some players. Mkhitaryan. What did I call him before? I can't even remember.
I've just called him Mickey.
But yeah, Lil Doozy Vert's not good enough, man. It's
Arsenal's midfield is
good enough.
Shambolic, though, man.
No, it's dead. Like, I agree with you, Poet. He's not ready, but he can be ready, but he's not. And I think his attitude
is the problem.
But we don't know him personally. So when I say that, I sound like a fucking media guy, bro. I don't know him.
He's beefing the coach.
It's the coaching, man. I think he's not being. There's no real coaching at Arsenal where people know. They didn't even know what they were doing for a year. So if he's coached properly, maybe. But right now, he's not ready, bro. He's not ready.
I think Arsenal, with the shit midfield that they've got a good midfielder as a manager. It'd be interesting to see what he can get out of those players. Because we were talking before you guys came on, saying I actually think El Neni could have a run under. You know
what I mean? And I agree with Tito. The thing is, he's not good enough as well. He's just not good enough.
Hello?
Me.
Inca, I want to phone you back.
That was loud as fuck, boy.
I put it on my computer as well. Nah, man, he's not ready. Damn it, man. So say Man United are better than Arsenal, bro. This hurts, man.
Yeah, Man United's midfield is levels above now.
It's level.
I don't like when they do this, when they give us... Do you know what it is? I don't like when they give us ratings, yeah? Because I want to smile, yeah? But
Harry, you know, if we said that, they would break it down.
Yeah.
No. Bruno Fernandes versus Arsenal's midfield. Come on, lads.
Fernandes and McTominay, like, bruv, come on, man.
I ain't gonna lie. If you were gonna do that, you should have mentioned Pogba. Cool, I'll take him.
Yeah, I thought that was weird.
Yeah, I was gonna wait if you say Pogba. Cool.
No, Pogba
said McTominay.
If you get Pogba, then there's definitely no conversation. There wasn't never a conversation.
That was a dig.
Look at Arsenal, man. We've got El Neni, Doozy, Torreira, I like. Xhaka. Oh, mate. Willock.
I think Lucas Torreira is the most unknown entity. For a player that costs that much money and has played that many minutes, I have no idea how good he is.
He tried to leave, no? He tried to leave, innit?
I think he's trying to leave now. There's a lot of people saying he wants to go back to Italy or this, but it's not realistic.
He's not going to really get a move.
No.
Unless someone offers him loads of money that's got loads of money, but who's that?
They've got to match what Arsenal spent on him because it doesn't. They see logical for Arsenal to send him.
How much do we spend on him?
25.
25? Yeah, I think so.
You could do Torreira for Tonali.
No.
What's his name? What's the kid at Inter's name, man?
Torreira.
Yeah.
Baller. Give me that.
Baller.
Bro.
Harry.
You know, you go on Google. Yeah.
I love you. He's like, yeah. No, who's he on loan from? Is it Bologna or Brescia or something? We can get him.
Bro, he's on loan from
Bologna.
Cagliari to Inter.
Yeah, he's on loan. Maybe we can get him. Maybe.
Nangulan.
There's an obligation to buy.
No, not getting him.
Nangulan
Nangolan did what?
went the other way.
Right.
But Conte
He's
don't
class, man. He's class.
proper good baller. Did you see him in the under-21 tournament?
No.
Oh, he scored like 3 goals in that tournament.
No, you lot should have watched that tournament. It had the gems.
You know what's funny about Harry?
Yeah.
People do that.
Yeah. Bare times. Bro, we all do that, bro. We all do that.
Oh yeah, he's sick. Box to box, innit? No. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You're hoping. Do you know what the maddest thing is? Yeah, you see those people there. Yeah, they don't have people that will call them out and say, "Bro, what do you mean box to box, bro? You haven't seen him play." Once you get one of those, yeah, you never lie again. But it's because people don't say nothing. They're like, no, he plays. Oh, he must have been that game. Yeah.
No, we talked about this on Saturday in the group. I learned I can't get away with them kind of lies, and I learned the hard way when I said that my dad was going to get FIFA 98. Because my dad's in America, he's going to get FIFA 98 before it comes out in the UK. And then my whole class one day was like waiting for me, like, did you get it? Can we come and play it? Why would it come out in America first? I'll never understand what was going on. Probably, yeah, or Road to World Cup, yeah.
That was my first ever FIFA.
That was sick.
David Beckham was on the cover. I remember that one.
Michael Owen cost 4,782 points.
What?
Yeah, he just come onto the scene. No one really knew him yet.
Wait. They had a career mode.
Yeah.
I never played any modes in that. Guys played exhibitions against the man.
I remember the song was sick.
They had career mode, Jordy. And do you know what was so mad about it, Jordy? They had so much players. You could beat Jamaica. They had everybody.
Yeah, they had everyone. Yeah.
Every single player.
Well, World Cup 98, which was to me is a classic game. Obviously, Jamaica were in that World Cup, so you could definitely beat Jamaica in that game. That had the get knocked down.
Yeah, big tune. That was one of the best ones.
And they had that blur too. Woo!
Yeah.
That was an amazing game still.
Skits in the comments says he's just finished Last Dance. Skits, you know we talk about that on Tuesdays. Fuck off, Skits.
Hey, you know what? When I came to school with a new Total 90s, red and white,
that you drew on, yeah.
The school told me, nah, that's fake. You painted that. I swear to God, that changed my life. It molded me. How can I try to convince man these are real?
That's when real. You're fighting a losing battle, bro.
I remember. You know what? I've always really liked trainers, right? And then one year, I was wearing red and white dunks, right? Which why the fuck was I wearing red and white trainers? I was wearing red and white dunks, and Kevin, whose real name was Darren, whose uncle was younger than him, he turned around to me and he went, "Yo, your sister works in Frank Johnson's. Why don't you wear better trainers?" I was like, "Oh shit!" Just absolutely buried me.
Johnson's is one of the biggest shops, or was one of the biggest shops in Brixton. That's where you go.
That was the best.
and get everything. And
I've never let my trainer game slip since then. Really, I've just always been like overcompensating with my trainers since that day.
So, since we're telling everything, I'm gonna tell what happened to me because I said it in the group. I lied to my brethren that I caned some girl in secondary school, a girl which they all caned. So they was with her and they called me. Well, she called me anyway, and she goes, "Why are you lying that this brother never?" And then I heard my brethren in the back laughing. I got so mad. I said, "Where are you? I want to fight you." That's how embarrassed I was, bro. Yeah, see, lying. That's when I realized that I can't do that magnitude of lie again ever.
What's your lie?
I cheated on my girl, and the girl sent the message to the other girl. No, sent the video of us having sex to the other girl.
And you said in there, you said that's fake.
I said it's not me.
You see, in that situation, I'll still deny it.
I'm not happy. I'm not happy there was a video involved in that. I'm not happy.
Bruv, it was mad. I was sweating. It was July. No, it wasn't July, but it was not there. It's been back with it.
What do you do when your good friend, who is proper your good friend, is just lying to you all the time? What do you do?
If that's your good friend, you got to pull him out early. Nip it in the bud.
What are they lying about?
Just nothing. Like, there's no need to lie, but they're lying.
Oh, I ignore
it. My ex, my first ever girlfriend lied to me that she was driving a 1 Series. So, sure enough, I called her mum. I was like, oh, because I didn't believe it. For some reason, it just didn't sit right with me. I was like, this girl can't, because when I'm at your house, I can see your setup and it's not 1 Series. It's a Clio. You know what I'm saying? Anyway.
There's nothing wrong with Clio.
So I called the mum. I was like, oh, mum, like, did you buy the 1 Series? And she's Algerian. She was like, oh, huh? She didn't even know what 1 Series was. So then when I called my girl at the time, I was like, where's your car, bruv? She goes, oh, I gave it back. You gave it back. But obviously I'm young, I'm 18. I should have known better. So I said, I carried on the relationship, and bare lies started happening. You know, like when you start seeing that this girl's, I dropped her. No, she was buff, my buff.
So creative.
That's why I stayed, poet. That's why I stayed.
Listen,
I told you, I got a friend who's got 2 baby mums, a girlfriend and a fiance. And every night he'll tell me something, or he'll just put in the group something. I'm just like, all right, am I supposed to believe this, or is this a lie? And it's like you got so many lies going at once that even the man then will be guilty.
Sorry, out now, guys. Go on his Instagram and spam him.
Come on, Instagram.
Sorry.
How you doing, Skips? What's your lying story? When did you learn that lying's not a good idea?
Lying?
Yeah.
Well, you still haven't said your fucking face mask, so there's a lie.
Say that again? Lying's terrible, man.
Mark's man.
And yeah.
Okay, calm. Say no.
Got bad stories.
So you never learned is the answer.
No, I've always got poet fucking blaring out lying is bad, so that's kind of always in the air with me. So then I just take that on.
Poet would be like, guy, it's horrible.
Listen, if you don't want to look, for every problem, there's a lie. If you don't lie, there's no problems.
I'm trying to find that voice note. Poet, no, Spectre.
What about lying?
No, but he said that he told a girl in school that he was going to Jamaica tomorrow to impress her. But I tell you, my boy does that. My boy will tell of every all right. Here's this. I'm not gonna say names, right? He was going to Antigua with his fiance because they were going to get married over there, and she's from there. And then he's like, I'm going there, whatever, boom, boom, boom. And then halfway through, his girl is messaging, going like, fuck him, I didn't go. I let him go on his own, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, wait, what the fuck are you talking about? So we're calling him like, bro, we heard that the girl, she's pissed at you. She left you at the airport and you just went to her family's house on your own. Nah, that never happened. I was on the other end of the phone. I was joking with her. I'm always like, nah, but like, I seen her. No, you never saw her. You know, I'm like, what? What are you doing?
Yeah, that's a deep. What's the midfield player? Deep Lion. Yeah, Deep Lion midfield player. He is.
Someone, have you ever caught someone red-handed in the night?
A lot, all the time. Yeah.
That's scary though.
That's even awkward for me when I catch you.
I pretend as if I don't know what's going on.
I leave it, but we'll talk later.
100%.
I'm just lying, so I can't lie. You would just
I don't think I can come back. I think it's
a female. I've come with a female to a venue to see their partner having sex with someone else. That, by far, is the most awkward situation I have ever been in my whole entire life.
Goodness me.
What?
that's
boy as well. So I didn't really know what to do. There weren't no clues or anything like that. It was bad.
Goodness me.
That's a howler.
Massive.
The crowd, I know you lot got lies too, man. You liars.
They're all lying right now.
They're all lying right now, bro.
That's not even your name. That's not
none of you lot's names.
What did you say? What's one of what? Sorry, I was replying to email. I remember I had my whole name back in the day was James. But guess what? There was this slapper, yeah. And everybody went through, yeah. But I went out with her to beat. I went out with her to beat, basically. So I did it like, you know, like when you go out with them on MSN. So anyway, done the business, and I saw her like a year later. But all the men then were on the bus, at the top of the bus. So I'm trying to hide my face because, bruv, I know the secret. I know that I've gone out with this girl. Fam, how can she say, that's my ex? That's my ex. On the bus, but she's like, James, that's my ex. Bro, embarrassment. For like a good year and a half, yeah, all the men were like, okay, but you went out of her. No, but you went out of her. And you know, yeah, when you want to fight your friends, but you know your friends are on it as well. It was just the worst year and a half of my life, bro. Crazy.
That's bad.
Yeah. And it was a Bosch as well. Do you remember MSN?
Yeah.
Age, sex, location. Come on, man. Don't get me mad.
Man will nudge that screen, bro. Bling, ling, ling, ling. Remember when the knock came?
Yeah. The big grey hand, didn't it?
Yeah, come on. Are you there? Are you there?
Aye, old school.
Those noises. Those noises, I reckon, probably provoke the biggest dopamine response in like males of a certain age, because you just so get bring yes.
Luma still
yes.
Luma still has that on his laptop.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
On his phone.
That's him and Robbie, don't it?
Called Live Messenger.
Do you
lot remember when you'd speak to someone, yeah, but every letter they have
is different. Yeah, remember?
Is a gift.
Bruv, it was the sickest.
But sometimes it got too much, bro.
Yeah, because you'd mark a word. You'd mark a word as a shortcut, innit?
Like, how are you? They reply, cool, but it's Snoop Dogg doing this.
Yeah. Old school.
Do you remember back in the day, people's names would be like small letter A, capital letter L, small letter C. Like, fucking hell, man, this is really hard to read.
Well, baby gal 1 2 3.
Yeah.
He's always had XXX, their name _ queen _ XXX.
Princess.
Yeah, princess. Oh man.
Oh, boss lady.
I started seeing symbols.
You know what? I tweeted something there, but it didn't get the respect that I thought it was gonna get, and I realized that I'm 29 years of age. But anyway, do you remember, when girls used to message, "How's you?"
Yes.
Who you chatting to? Up north, gal.
So you lot never heard a girl say to you, "How's you?"
How's you?
You YUH or YUU. Oh, it was horrible.
Yes. You lot remember Fugitive?
Fugitive.
Yeah.
The rapper from Essex. Yeah.
Brother. One day, he came to my school. God knows why. I swear to God, I wanted to beef him the way the girls loved him.
Oh,
I
the
hate
girls
him.
love that you,
Did
man.
he signed him, fam? Did he signed him?
I wanted to bang him up when he came.
Corniest videos on channel, aka a new channel.
That's a gangster though.
Yeah, girls love
Give
him.
a shit. He's a pussy. How about that?
Jamie Carragher just tweeted, the last dance is the best thing I've watched in lockdown, and I've watched a lot. No interest in basketball, but watching Michael Jordan is inspiring. His intensity is more inspiring than his ability. How Jamie Carragher is that? The best player of all time in maybe any sport, and he's more inspired by his intensity.
Forget it.
You were shit, Carragher, man.
Shut up, Carragher. You know what is Carragher, yeah?
Can't relate to ability. He can
No.
relate to intensity, though. He was there.
Joker. What a stupid tweet.
It's so dumb.
So dumb. Instead of him just to say, I enjoyed the documentary, Jordan is incredible, like what everyone else thinks, you went in to go dissect it. Now you shoot like a plum.
And he didn't want to say what he wanted to say, which was,
He's all right.
There might be another sport that's kind of banging still. He was like, don't care about basketball.
By the way, I found this.
I don't care.
I found this top in my drawer.
I forgot that. Long live.
Oh, no, cuz.
Long live.
Fantastic quality.
Best Mondays ever, apart from Filthy's. It was the
Same
best
That
Monday.
was Monday as well, but yeah.
I said, you don't understand what I just said. I said it's the best Monday apart from Filthy.
But it's the same Monday.
Same Monday.
I know.
When did Filthy Fellas actually start?
2014.
What the hell was I doing in 2014?
All right, what was
Yeah,
the
that's a
first-
great question.
Hurry, relax. Relax. You relax.
No, but it's so mad. I used to watch this stuff and think, no way, can't get on there. Yeah, I am, boy. I got the login.
Oh my God.
Someone just said, yeah, Tigo, and this is why the crowd sometimes they need chairs thrown at them. Said that, oh yeah, over 800 top flight appearances, but okay, Tigo, bro.
About who?
About
Jamie
Carragher.
Carragher. Obviously, I don't think Jamie Carragher was like the most useless man in the
Someone
world.
back
but-
Jamie.
Where you talking about you seeing the best, you don't know anything about basketball, yet you're watching the best player of all time. To say I'm more inspired by his intensity, that tells you what you need to know about Jamie Carragher. Intensity was what he traded in.
When we speak about top athletes ever in the history of athletes, Jamie Carragher should never be mentioned beside Michael Jordan. Like take back the tweet. He should delete the tweet. I don't want him to mention Michael Jordan, but he was a good player.
Control. Every single day, I tweet Jamie Carragher the video of Henri spinning him.
What?
Every single day, I'd make a new account and keep sending it to him.
Well,
And
he'd
he'd
spit
see
it.
it. He'd see it.
It's so crazy that he's just back on TV. There's no it's just calm. He spat at a girl. He's back on TV. No one cares. And if you spat at someone or I spat at someone,
Some rules for some people, and some rules for other people.
Yeah.
You have to be perfect plus. There's levels.
Or
Nah.
Oh my God.
hold on, I need to get the charger.
Shit, I had a thought and it just left. Oh no, you know what? You know what I've got here? I've got a list of topics that we use when we run out of topics.
We could talk about Troy Deeney. We still ain't talked about Troy Deeney.
Oh yeah, I'm just letting you know we got that. I know we got better topics right now.
Troy Deeney said, listen, I might die if I go back to football, and I might go broke if I don't go back to football. But I've been broke before. I've never been dead.
That is cold.
That's the roadman's line.
That is so cold.
what did I miss? What did I miss?
That is so
Harry
cold.
Harry wants to hear it because road recognized road.
Yeah, road recognized road, isn't it?
He said he was so real. He said people want us to go back and play football and pretend it's safe, but the government is saying you can't even get a haircut till July. How can football be safe?
Who's that? Troy Deeney, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a bad boy still.
Papa, I love it. What a hero.
How can you tell a man, yeah, go and play football, but no one's allowed a haircut till July? What are the levels we're dealing with here?
Okay, how bad? Nah, football players are pissed because, well, not pissed really, but can they get haircuts? Not can they, but like, if they was to come out with a haircut during this period,
it's a nightmare if they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crisis, which is sad, isn't it? Because
Sancho wants one
badly,
and he can get it. But
that's why all the agents were so smart at the beginning of this. They were like to a lot of their players, look, if you're going to get a haircut, make it number one, make it level 0, level 1. And like they probably are getting barbers to do it, but then at least you can argue, just say, no, I cut my own hair. A lot of people think those players did cut their own hair. I'm here to tell you, most of them did not cut their own hair. But it was very smart of agents to just say, there's one trim available for you right now.
Take it off. You don't remember when Lingard just wasn't cutting his hair?
Yeah. Yeah, oh, I do, because I had a shoot with him and he wanted to wear a hat.
And I saw that and I said, I see what he's doing. And now he's doing it.
What's he doing?
He's doing the I'm working hard, I ain't got time to cut my hair thing.
That's one of
trying to get that.
I hate that.
Over the last couple of years, that has been football's favourite trick.
Yeah.
That I'm not getting a haircut, so you know I'm grinding.
I used to do that when I couldn't afford a haircut. So what are you talking about? I'd purposely say, bro, if I got time for a trim, bro, where am I going? I can't go nowhere. There's no money in my account, bro. So you get me?
Yeah, but you're
going out of their way to look bad to prove they're working hard.
Yes.
It was the Jay-Z. It's the Jay-Z did it, didn't he? He's like, if you see Jay-Z without trim, you know he's working on the album. Then he just didn't have a trim for like 10 years, and it was like, he got
yeah, nice.
Everyone does. They go offline or just grow their hair.
I've seen musicians do it as well, and then do this thing where they get a trim and they go.
You know what? Yeah.
No rush.
That's horrible, man.
I've never seen it from that angle, you know.
Imagine how it looks, isn't it?
And your brother's like, this is madness.
And do you know what it is? It's just for someone to say, "Jeez."
Is that you?
Yeah. Trust me. Is that you? Yeah. And come on. It's flipping no. What?
You know what's funny? You know the line, I'm just trying to be like you, I'm trying to get like you or whatever, which is a cliche on the internet these days. I realized that I've been saying that for so long. It's the best way to talk to someone you don't want to talk to. So if you're walking down the street, right, and someone goes like, I see you shining, and you're like, shit, man, what the fuck do I say? I don't want to talk to you. All you gotta say, because it makes them feel so gas, you just go, come on, man, trying to get like you, bro. This is any guy. But it's one of the best time savers I think that's ever been invented.
I do that, babe. I see you. I see your thing, fam. I've been seeing your stuff. I haven't.
This is how Harry. That's how. I even know when people are lying to me.
Yeah.
Working, George. I see you on that filthy show. Yeah, bro. Works is running. That's what I say. Works is running.
Do you know what's funny? Once
man said works is running.
You know, at Poet and Yinka's launch party for that boot, right? Yeah. As I'm walking out, someone in the business stops me as I'm walking out, and he's like, Tico. Yeah, man, how you doing? You leaving? It's like, yeah, man, I've got a meeting in the morning. I'm gonna be out. He goes, yeah, anyway, congratulations, man. I went, for what? He went, what do you mean for what? I said, I mean specifically. He goes, come on, man. And I was just like, yeah, thanks, man. I got home, he done followed me. I didn't know what I was being congratulated for. He took it as disrespect. And I was like, no, what for? Congratulations. Surely that's about something specific. I think he must have thought I had something to do with Poet's thing. I'm just like, no, that's give him the congratulations. That's what I wanted to. I wanted him to say for this. I'm like, no, that's Poet's thing. That's nothing to do with me.
You cornered
he
him.
said, congrats.
Aye, you know what?
Angry and followed me.
That's how Specs his day.
While I'm here, man, do you know what? If anyone sees me, yeah, can you not ask me what Chunks and Philly are saying? Because, bro, do you know what it is, yeah? Fam, how can, bro, imagine, I've gone outside, and the bin man, like, there's a group of them, and one of them's gone, yo, I can hear them saying it's me in it, so I've gone, yo, done a salute. So he's come over, but I think the guy who's the supervisor said social distancing 2 meters, so we've done all of that. Then I've gone yeah, bro, what go on? Then he's gone, yeah, man, I love your stuff, man. He goes, oh, yeah, what's Chunks and Philly saying? I'm like, really and truly, was I third wheel for you to ask? Like, do you want to phone them? Like, I hate when they do that. I hate
And specifically, do you mean like right now? What are they saying?
like right now, or like, oh, tell Chunks I said one.
You tell me, bro.
I get that.
Tell Chunks I said one.
I get what's Specs like? Is Specs really like that? I get what does Steve's missus look like, and I get can Skits hook me up with Tractor.
Oh my.
Jordan, what do you know about? Being
You're the only brand Essex good trap. That's why.
your mum, your brother in the supermarket, a man says to you, "Oh, well done, but where's food?" I said,
Yeah.
I mean, any day I'll take it. But today,
Me and Dan get the worst ones. We just get the hey Dan, fuck Miles. And we're like, no, it's not that, bro.
Yeah,
We say that.
That's another thing.
Like,
bro.
you're not in that club.
You know, like
Yeah.
it's really, only we can really get onto him like that.
Yeah, people don't. I don't think people have put that one together yet.
Yeah.
The amount of times we'll be out somewhere and
Chris,
somebody like, "Yeah,
yeah.
Miles the dickhead." They'll be like, "Well done, bro. You know he's around us every day. Like, why would he be around us if we think you could call him a dickhead?"
You know what's funny? Yeah, Lumos said, "Yep, don't ask me about no AFTV, man," and that's all I asked him about.
Yeah, but he never answers. So fucking brand new, like he doesn't work for Arsenal Fan TV. Lumos, how's Robbie? I don't know.
Like
Well,
Robbie
you're asking
didn't
me
message
about
him and say he
Robbie,
got upload date. Come on, man,
Yeah.
let's be serious. But you know, it's annoying though because, but it's humbling though because that way you know that as big as you probably think you are, there's always someone who thinks someone else bigger than you. Which is
Here's a question. AFTV do what when the season restarts? They still go to the stadium?
They did social distance stuff outside the stadium before the lockdown was official with rubber gloves on.
Are they doing 2 meters apart crowds behind them?
I'm guessing they'll do it from the studio. They've been producing non-stop, to be honest.
yeah,
Robbie doesn't stop.
Working hard.
No, Robbie don't.
Oh, you lot. You know David Silva. Sorry, you know Kevin De Bruyne and Sergio Aguero are 5 goals away from being the best combination goals and assists duo in Premier League history.
What a stat.
5
That's
goals.
great.
5 goals away. Currently, Lampard and Drogba have it at 24. Silva and Man City. Silva and Aguero, but the chances of them breaking that's low now that Silva's leaving.
Yeah.
Then Anderton, Sheringham. Then McManaman, Fowler.
Ooh.
Then De Bruyne, Aguero. But after that, it's Eriksen, Kane, which again, that's never going to happen now. But
What? They're Arsenal players?
no, Thierry Henry and
Beckham,
Lundberg is the best.
Is Beckham Van Nistelrooy up in there?
No.
That wasn't long enough to be honest. But
Somebody sent me, I forgot the numbers now because I can't find his DM, but I think Benteke is like 29 goals away from 100.
29. The number is not 29. The number is he's 6 away from 75. About he's 29 away from 100.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, there you go. That's it. But yeah. I hope
so who would you say is the best partnership that we've ever seen in terms of assists to the goal scorer?
Well, best and favorite is different because my favorite is Fabregas and Costa.
Oh,
Oh, did you like that season they won it?
they were cold.
Did he get that 17 assists?
I don't know what he got. I just
Fabregas started off that season on smoke.
They started on smoke, innit?
That's one of the greatest assists I've ever seen in my life.
I just saw them getting busy, bro.
To Sherlock.
Them Spaniards.
Who's mine? I don't even know, but I know I really enjoyed Dzeko.
Ronaldo Rooney was a good one, actually.
I really enjoyed Dzeko and Silva. I think they were cold, but it wasn't.
I'll tell you who's very high up on the list. Who
Song
people
and
might
Van
be
Persie.
surprised
That
by.
was a
Poet won't be surprised by. Walcott and Van Persie.
Did they link up a lot?
a hell of a lot.
Walcott supplied him 14 times.
Walcott is super shooting, isn't it?
Yeah, there's some good ones here. There's Song of Van Persie was really good.
Walcott gave Van Persie 14
Torres
assists.
and Gerrard.
Ooh, that's a cold one.
Very cold.
Sorry,
What Mars and Vardy?
Yeah, they want a prem with that one there still.
Giggs to Cole. Giggs to Cole was worth 14 goals.
Yeah.
Wow.
They were good friends though. They had a record label together, right? Back in '95.
They're both from Sierra Leone, that's why.
Excuse me. What did you say? What did you
Who?
say? Who had a record label?
Giggs and Cole. I'm almost 100% certain, like 99%. I got a Match magazine, I think, that I showed.
Cole definitely had a label.
Why
Yeah,
they
I think
do
I
it,
remember Giggs being involved. Listen, do you want to talk about football players with record labels?
All right,
Yeah.
let's go.
Kevin Campbell, right? I had a label called Too Wicked. Too Wicked.
That just sounds like a Jamaican in the 90s. It just sounds like it. It makes sense.
The first artist signed to Too Wicked Records
Robbie.
was Mark Morrison.
No way.
After.
Oh, after he was what?
So here's the thing about Mark Morrison. Mark Morrison signed to Death Row.
Yeah.
After he did Return of the Mac, he was over at Death Row. Then when he was off Death Row, he came back to England. He signed to Too Wicked Records. Apparently, at that time, he had a record. I don't know what it was, but it was good enough that another major label wanted to buy him out of his contract at Too Wicked. And in the end, he was very hostile, and nothing came out on Too Wicked, and he ended up going with a major label. But yeah, Kevin Campbell got screwed. He had Mark Morrison, and he had a hit.
Mark Morrison, arguably one of the greatest artists to ever come out of the UK.
I only know one song.
And that's
It's the best, though.
That song is so timeless, man.
What about Innocent Man?
Kevin Campbell's song.
Right, big tune. Hey, I'm gonna go on mute, by the way. Hold on.
Kevin Campbell's son plays for Stoke, yeah.
Mm.
I'm a big fan of him as well, man.
Tyrese Campbell.
Yeah.
The life football guy, he's good.
He's been playing as well.
Do you know that people
Good.
born in 1999 or 20?
That's what some of them are 21, bro.
Fuck it, no, bro. Nuts, blood. Okay, no.
When I was watching England versus Scotland yesterday, Euro 96, they said that Alan Shearer's goal against Switzerland was the first goal he scored for England in 2 years. Which makes me say this, right? And I will die on this hill. Don't give a shit. Ian Wright, not only was he better than Alan Shearer, he cared about England so much more than Alan Shearer. And Alan Shearer, who didn't score for 2 years before 96, retires in 98 from international football. Right. Ian Wright was so disrespected by England. It's absolutely criminal.
Do you know what, T?
Disrespect his uncle.
98. Or is it 2000? 2000.
It was 2000.
Yeah.
You got the goal with Germany, innit? For the year 2000. He retired in 2000. That is terrible, bro. That is terrible. Was it injury reasons or did he just retire?
Bro, he played bare more years for Newcastle after that.
He did.
Didn't
He did.
Ian Wright got them to World Cup 98.
That game against Italy was incredible.
That was the game.
It was incredible.
Not that I give a shit about England, but I would have given more of a shit about England if Ian Wright was there.
Fam, he's a product of Southampton.
Who's Shearer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've got a great little
academy.
I never found out how he got there, though. How did he get there?
I can find out. Hold on. No, I can't find out. Never mind.
He was in the Wolves End Boys Club as a kid.
Ooh.
Tyneside. Alan Shearer, obviously.
Shearer.
He only played 63 games for England. Like, I swear Harry Kane's played more than that already.
Harry Kane.
You know what's crazy? International numbers, yeah, they look so fake.
Yeah, they do.
What, the caps?
Yeah, but how have I missed this?
What, all those games?
Yeah, how's he played 63, bro?
Yeah, for real.
Do you know what it is? It's the friendlies, bruv.
Yeah, they're getting them in.
England's friendlies are big man thing. I swear I've seen them face Macedonia like 500 times, fam.
San Marino.
They love that Macedonia.
And Moldova. I used to always remember them playing Moldova. And there's another team.
Liechtenstein.
San Marino.
International football's a fucking shambles, man. No matter what continent you're in as well.
There you go. It's real talk. International football's crap.
Why is it so dead, though?
So
why do you find it
Because
dead?
you got to be fair, and you got to play Luxembourg and Faroe Islands and San Marino and
let's be clear, they know it's rubbish, so they started the Euro Nations League.
yeah. And what there was talk about having seeding for World Cup qualifiers, so shit teams have a group that they have to get out of. Then the big teams play the shit teams that got out of that group, so they're less shit. But there's countries
slavery, and then get put back in slavery.
Yeah, but there's countries out there that can't afford to not lose 10-0 to England. Like our whole fucking model is based on losing 10-0 to Italy once every 4 years.
Yeah, man, I'm not gonna lie. International football full of crap, man. Unless it gets to the World Cup or the Euros.
Euros is about to be so shit as well. They just expanded it to 32 teams.
Oh, what little shit teams are trying to bowl through?
Well,
They're trying to make us hate football, you know.
Tigo, if they've made 30 teams, who's the rest that get in and how?
check it. Every team has qualified for the Euros 2020, apart from the teams that there's playoffs still to be played between shit teams. There's a whole group of teams that didn't even qualify. Like, I was looking at the tables because I was supposed to do some work on Euro 2020, so I'm doing some research on it. I'm looking at it, I'm going, how come there's groups with 3 teams in it? And then someone goes, oh yeah, because there's still games that got to be played. I go, hold on, England qualified like 6 months ago.
Imagine you lost your job for not qualifying.
Well, this is the thing. Michael O'Neill, the Northern Ireland manager, he took over Stoke, but he kept the Northern Ireland job until the end of the season. COVID came, and he was just like, I just got to drop out. Northern Ireland could still go to the tournament, but he's like, I can't just be both managers forever. So now he's just Stoke manager. Northern Ireland don't have a manager, and they've got a playoff coming. They've got 2 playoffs coming, I think. What's going on, man?
That's a howler, man. If I've ever heard one, that is the biggest one, bro. Man, for the club.
You know, football manager. When you get to be an international manager and a club manager at the same time.
Yeah.
That's childish, man.
So,
yeah,
do you know why?
So you can do that in FIFA as well.
Doesn't make sense that you can do that. Like, you can accept Egypt to be the Egyptian manager while you're fucking Man United's manager. It's a joke.
It's dead. Who wants to do that?
Like, who? I've always thought though, being an international manager is probably the most easiest job ever, because you don't really play that much games, and all you need to do is pretend you're scouting.
Wait, boy.
It's like you are kind of right, yeah.
Like, you go around to games that English players playing in and watch and go, I might select him. Okay, let's go to the next game. Which you don't pay for, by the way.
You lot rate Marcelo Lippi highly.
As a kid, yeah, 100%.
When I was younger, he's the one with glasses, quite slim, white hair.
Yeah.
Juventus.
And I rate him. I just like the way he looked. He was rootless.
Lippi should change his name on Twitter to Marcelo Lippi.
That'll bang still.
Every time I play
Campaign like that.
I just looked at his career moves and the teams he managed, and I thought, right, this is mad, bro.
Yeah. Oh, he went China at the end. Oh, he's China. Well, he just left China.
Just left China, yeah.
But there was a period in, I don't know, like 99, 2000, where to me, Capello, Omar Hitzfeld, Ferguson, Lippi, Wenger, that was like untouchable as managers.
Yeah. I just looked at his the list of teams that he managed, bro. Bam, went from Atlanta to Napoli to Juventus to Inter to Juventus again. Then coached Italy, won the World Cup there. Bruv.
Italy again.
They went to Guendouzi. They went to China.
Italy's Guendouzi. Italy's so weird though, man. Like fucking. Why does everyone go to Inter twice and AC twice and Juventus twice, and then they'll go from Inter to AC to Juventus to back to Inter?
Because Italy feels like
big hole.
Italy feels like more politics than anything.
It's just mates, isn't it? A bag of mates in good places. Like, you want a job here? All right, go. Fuck it. You might as well come back.
It feels like politics more than anything, man.
No. Who's the baddest boy in the world, though? There's 2 people. Zlatan Ibrahimovic and William Gallas. Yeah? Not only did Zlatan say, I'm going to play for all the top teams in Italy, but I'm going to win a trophy in all of those as well.
Halo 2.
Gallas went from Chelsea to Arsenal to Tottenham. He said, "I don't give a fuck about you lot's rivalry. Someone pay me."
And he stayed in the Champions League as well. He did not fuck about.
Yeah.
I can't rate that one though. Do you know why? Because no one really cared. Like no one was heartbroken. It wasn't a thing like there was a leave. Like no one gave a shit.
He was a mercenary, but he was also a great player.
Yeah, he was.
Because in February of
I remember that interview.
Right now, of Sol Campbell saying, "I'm staying."
Yeah,
I'm staying. And do you know why he's a cut? Because Wenger came out and said that they had a talk in March, like February or March. Around the same time he said he was staying, Wenger went to his yard, said, "No, big man, you're coming Arsenal." And then he went Arsenal on a free.
that was Judas.
Rude boy. Him and Figo, rude boys.
Yeah, Figo's is probably the worst one at the time because he was arguably one of the best players in the world, and you're playing for two of the biggest teams in the world.
Also,
and you know what? This season I want to play for Barcelona. Actually, no, I want to go Real Madrid. That's crazy.
I just checked Pirlo because I know he played for all three of them, and tomorrow's his birthday.
Oh man,
we got to do a Pirlo shout out at the beginning of the episode.
As an Inter fan, I'm an Inter fan as well. I'm an Inter fan as well, Tigo. I never understood Pirlo at Inter. He played DM. And had no pace. And the way Inter played, it was just like.
Who was playing for Inter at the time?
That's Ronaldo's era. That's Ronaldo, Vieri. That's a good team.
Why did he can't play there at that time? What are they playing him for?
He was
young. He didn't play that much.
They sent him on loan. They sent him on loan twice. He came back when AC.
But what the fuck is up with why is one of the better midfielders at Inter Milan on loan from Cagliari? What's going on in Italy?
Nangulan.
No.
No, but he was right though. What is going on? That doesn't make sense. He's 23. I think he should just leave.
In context, in context, that makes sense to me.
Well, no, but it's mad. The whole thing, like Seedorf played for AC Milan and Inter Milan, and they'll sell each other players. They'll loan each other players. I remember in the early 2000s they had this co-ownership thing.
Yeah, that's weird.
Adriano was co-owned by Inter and Parma.
Yeah, that's weird.
What's going on?
That was lit. God.
Italy's fucking weird, man. Italy's
By the way, Adriano and John Terry on Pro Evolution 6 was one of the greatest football games ever.
Adriano on the cover of Pro was one of the best pros.
Harry, I love you so much for that.
What one was that? 3 or 4?
6.
No, yeah,
6. Who was 4?
4 was Henry and Drogba, I think, or Henry and Terry. Yeah. I
can't believe Terry was on the cover.
No, do you remember winning 11 before that? When it was winning 11.
Winning 11, Po, you are sick.
Well, ISS.
Oh, it's left wing. Mad on road.
It was in between ISS and FIFA. It was 11.
Oh, what that game there? Woo!
He was the first celebrity referee.
But he's the only. Who's another celebrity referee?
That one there.
Right.
You know why I love that game? Do you know why I love that game? Yeah, you could score, pause it, and do the line. You know the line. You could score.
Oh,
yeah. I remember you could do that. Still crazy.
One time looked up, it was 3-0. I was like, what? When?
I read.
Do you know what
I read Pierluigi Collina's book.
Oh, that was pretty good, man.
It was about refereeing. It wasn't that good, but I read it. Listen, you got to be dedicated to football to read Pierluigi Collina's book. I've read Dennis Wise's book.
Good?
It was all right, actually, yeah.
I'll be honest, the most books I've read are football.
His brother was my neighbor.
I've read Paul Scholes' book. The most humble man ever. Like, he's so sick, but he doesn't care. Like, the fact that people call him the best, like, he just doesn't care.
Yeah, he don't give a shit.
Doesn't give a fam. Some of the people that's quoted in the book, yeah, it's ridiculous. Enormous players, like big players, just doesn't care. Yeah, but bro, don't forget when he was manager of Oldham. That's the most important thing. You don't forget about that, man. That never happened.
All right, look at the way he's chat. I mean, Harry, that is definitely not a blueprint I want you working from. I'll tell you that.
Shout out Rufus, who's read Inverting the Pyramid. Inverting the Pyramid, if you've never read that, guys, don't talk to me about tactics.
Have you read Zlatan's book? That's really good. And yeah, Zlatan's book. And Brian Clough's book's really good. Cloughy.
Clough's book's good, yeah.
Do you know why I don't like reading books? I'd like to read it once you retire. Don't make it when you're 24, bro.
Yeah, that's what. Do you remember Patrick Vieira did that? Patrick Vieira wrote a book where he, like, after he left Arsenal, and he killed Arsenal in the last chapter, and then like a year later, it was like, I'm gonna release another one, but I'm gonna delete that chapter. I'm gonna rewrite it, and no, it's all right. It was all calm. Don't worry about it.
What did he say? Because I forgot about this. What did he say?
It was just about how David Dean screwed him over, and he was happy to stay, and blah blah blah, and it was all like Arsenal was falling apart. And then a year later, he retracted it and rewrote it.
Is that when he came? Is that the year when he came back to play Arsenal in Champions League?
Was he in?
Do you know why he's nasty? Do you know why he's a nasty man? He's got a picture in the bloody kit, mate. You know the burgundy one we won last season?
Yeah.
He's got an official picture in it, and before you know it, he fucked off.
No, bro, they sold him. He did not want to leave. He wanted to stay. They sold him.
Killed us in the final, boy. That penalty killed us.
Yeah.
Was he in?
Wanted to feel because the season before there was one year Real Madrid made like 2 or 3 offers or something like that. And then there was like they should have offered him a contract then to stay or something, and he didn't, so he didn't feel love.
No. So, he said that at that point he wanted to go. The club said no, and he accepted it. But then by the time that season came and he didn't want to go, they didn't even tell him that there was a bid. They just accepted it and said, "Right, we've accepted a bid." And he was like, "Okay, I guess you want me to go."
Who do you think?
Do you know, I know my friend Peggy played for Arsenal at the time, and he just phoned us like, "Bro, they're clearing out Patrick Vieira's lockout." We were devastated. I couldn't believe it. I was like, "What? Vieira? He can't leave Arsenal."
Yeah, it's mad.
Was he in Jose's Inter?
Yeah, he wore a suit behind him for a little while as well. Him and Figo.
Would you say Patrick Vieira leaving was the end of Arsenal, or Henry leaving?
Henry leaving.
I mean, 2004 was the end of Arsenal, really.
Yeah.
It was a slow, departure. But if you look at the years, I was saying this the other day, from 2004 to 2006, there's like 2 players that stayed.
But Henry leaving was the nail in the coffin.
That was the end, yeah.
Nail in the coffin for me, Jose Mourinho. That was it.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone saw a man coming with that much arrogance and that much bread. It was just like, what do you do?
It's so hard though. It's so hard though because you think about Eduardo came in and looked like a world beater. Adebayor was a world beater. Diaby looked like a world beater. Like Arsenal had a really good team.
It's true,
but injuries and
if you look at, we had a good team, but we were going to be good in 2 years when Man United had Cristiano Ronaldo, and then Chelsea had like Anelka and Drogba up front, Essien in midfield. Ashley Cole looking like he's 21. Like, it just wasn't fair. We had
but they were. But it wasn't that they were going to be good. They definitely were going to be better, but they were good. Yeah. Like third was good then.
Not 100%. It wasn't. Do you know what I mean, though, Tigo? We were never. I didn't ever think we were going to win the league. I just thought we had a great.
No, I think it's a different point in that. It's a different point in that cycle. Like when Man United stepped back and went right, we're moving on from the Cole, York, Van Nistelrooy, Stam, this whole era. And they said, who are we going to build around? They brought in teenage Ronaldo, teenage Rooney, and said, let's start this cycle again. That's at the time that Arsenal are peaking. So they're just ahead of the curve. Then the next year, Chelsea bring the money. Arsenal can't really drop back and do the Man United thing because they can't keep their players. That they want the senior players, right? They couldn't keep them, so they had to accelerate the process. And just fuck them.
Well, Wenger's a genius. Adebayor played 19 games. He had played 19 games for Monaco, scored 1 goal.
Adebayor was absolutely insane.
Get him and became whatever he became at Arsenal, which was incredible. Like Wenger actually unearthed all these little gems, and they were sick, so sick. But we never had a defense, though. That's one thing we never had. We never really had a defense. Dodgy goalkeeper, questionable backs.
I'd say the goalkeeper was the big issue. I don't think Arsenal's centre backs.
No, you never had centre-back problems.
No, I don't think centre-back was a problem.
Wing-backs, full-backs maybe.
No, Sanya
was sick.
Clichy was a...
I think Clichy was a bit of a liability.
And you never had defensive problems.
Obviously, Gibbs was an issue in those games when he was very young.
Yeah.
But yeah, Gallas, Toure, Vermaelen, that's good quality centre back. Sol Campbell was there for a couple of years. That's good.
Vermaelen was injury prone.
Later on.
Was mad injury prone.
Well, Vermaelen became injury prone. I don't think he was at the beginning.
Okay, fair enough. At the back, I was never as confident as I was midfield going forward. Midfield going forward, I was very confident.
They have major goalkeeping issues, though. Major goalkeeping issues.
Is that an indictment on your defensive coach?
Yeah, because you look at every top team. Chelsea had Czech, United had Van der Sar, Liverpool had Reina. Like everyone had good keepers. Do you know what I mean? And then they had a good striker, and then we had good strikers, great creative.
I'm just saying. No. I'm saying, Paul, the defenders that came in, we knew they had it.
Who the defenders? Our defenders.
Yeah,
but Arsenal would mostly end the season. Like if you look at that period, they would end the season with golden gloves and all that shit. They would have like the goalkeeper with the most. Like Chesney would win that a lot, most clean sheets in the season. Yeah. It's just that when Arsenal collapsed, it would be a 3 or 4, 5 or 6 goal game. So defensively, like it was all in place, but they would always just fuck up 3 or 4 times a season.
But Sheza came like at the end of that golden generation.
It is at the end, yeah.
You know, and even his debut against United, he was pretty good, but he came at the end when everyone was leaving. So it's that changing room, man. If we just had like a Patrick Vieira in that changing room, I would have believed. But
that's what I say. That's what I asked you lot. Yeah, was it Henry or was it Vieira? Obviously, we know Henry was the best player, arguably one of the best players ever. But something about Vieira, he was there before us when Henry came, and he was integral part of their midfield for years before they became the winning team that they was, innit? I just feel like that hole in midfield has never been filled ever. There's been no player apart from Cesc Fabregas. I think Fabregas was totally amazing, but I just feel like Vieira, there was no one ever filled that gap ever.
Well, I remember Diaby could have. I think it just
we spoke about that, Jordi. Bruv, Diaby for me, injuries, man, it just wasn't meant for him. Football just.
But he wasn't Vieira. Diaby was more attacking than Vieira.
What he was though, do you know what he was though, Poe? Yeah, he was that player that wasn't defensive minded, but because he was so fast and quick, he was able to come back and defend and take the ball off you, then dictate play. That's the most scariest player ever.
So if you watch Diaby's early season, go watch the game where he played Arsenal-Liverpool. He lost 4-2.
We'll talk about that.
He's playing left wing, fam. Like, they used to play him like proper defensive. So I just think we didn't make a plan. Huh?
He could play anyway. He could play on the wing. He could play up top. He can play as cam. But he had that.
I didn't think he could do that role that Vieira done. I thought he was a different player, to be honest with you. I think he had similar attributes, and it was easy to look at him. He's tall, he's black, Vieira. But I don't think it was as simple as that when I saw him. I didn't see that with him. Vieira was a leader. If you watch Vieira's first game, Sheffield Wednesday, 1996, we won 4-1. Donny collected the ball from the edge of the box, our box, and done a full sprint in his first game. He had made like 4 appearances for AC Milan. Like that, I saw that, said, yo, this guy's a leader.
I think Cesc was the leader though, right?
Cesc was a leader, but he was he was a leader in a time where Gerrard was a leader. He was a leader in a time where Man United had Vidic, and it just wasn't fair. But he was.
I think if they managed that a bit better, Cesc is up there with those guys. I just think the problem they had was he never, like, he had Nasri's at some point, he had Van Persie at some point, he had Arshvin at some point, he had an unfit Diaby, an unfit Wilshere. If you had a Fabregas in charge of a fit midfield of any 3 of those players, that's a title winning midfield.
100.
But then
whatever age they were.
Vieira came. When Vieira came, Vieira was a leader though, because when he came, he played alongside Stephen Hughes, David Platt. Then he went to Manu Petit. Petit left after 2 years.
I don't think there's any point saying he would have been Vieira. I just think Cesc should have been trusted, and he was trusted early, but ultimately he was trusted, and the players around him were just like, Rosicki's getting injured every 2 minutes, Wilshere's injured every 2 minutes, Diaby's injured every 2 minutes. If you give Fabregas control of that midfield, and there's a fit run of midfielders around him, then that's a title-winning midfield.
Was he a leader, or was he just your best player?
He's a leader. He is a leader, bro. He scored a penalty with a broken leg against Barcelona. He used to play injured.
He scored from the kickoff.
Yeah,
he you know what? Yeah, I think those type of players, even if they're not a leader that's shouting, by performances, they lead by example.
I remember he came off the bench, I think, against Villa. Arsenal were drawing 0-0. They brought him on. He scored 2 and came off because he came on injured.
This just in. Samba in the crowd says, I'm a United fan, but I think Giggs is a little overrated.
Who?
You must be a Man United fan from a different era then, not from Giggs' era.
Who's overrated?
Giggs.
Oh my God. Alex went to his 16-year-old birthday party. I'm going to trust Alex, fam. He went to his 16-year-old party and signed him, and he retired at 39. If that's overrated, I want to be overrated now. Right now.
You know what it is? I don't want to shoot at the crowd, yeah, but I feel like sometimes, yeah, because a player isn't known for skills and scoring 50 goals a season, or do you know what I'm saying, what everyone is used to now, man, forget how important Giggs was, or how much of a rude boy Giggs was when he first bust into the scene. And do you know how hard it was to be a player of any sort of caliber at that time when football was so shit, and you are getting lumped left, right, and center. You're dodging past players, bro. He was, ahead of his time.
I think as well, like, he's a victim of just being in that same spot and people just, I don't know, becoming too used to it. When I was a kid, like, he was up there with the best players in the world.
Mm-hmm.
He was up there with, like, oh, this guy could play for any team on the planet. Like, McManaman went Real Madrid. McManaman was a tramp version of Giggs.
All right, I just remember the story I read, yeah? It's of Nani, yeah? Nani says the following. He was playing against Fulham. He was on the bench, and it was a 2-2 at the minute. He came on. United won a penalty. Usually Giggs takes the penalties, he said, but he was confident and he took it. He missed. We drew 2-2, and Fergie had no lift home, so Nani drove him home. And Fergie didn't speak to him for the whole time.
Oh, yeah, no, I can't lie though. Yeah, Nani's one of the most frustrating players I've ever had at my team.
His highlights would make you. He's got Giroud highlights.
Yeah, his highlights are insane. But Ronaldo won't say it, but he'll never forgive him for him fucking up his goal against Spain.
Oh my God!
He'll never forgive him. Like, up until now, he doesn't like him. I'll tell you that for free. Because when I watched the highlights of that goal, yeah, it was the most perfect goal you can possibly score. And he messed it up.
You know what's funny? When I read that, I thought, back then you used to manage with fear. And today it's not. It's like mollycoddling, isn't it?
You know what's interesting about that? Because, yes, you're right. There's those numbers, right? You know me, I like the business of football as much as I like football. I looked at the TV ratings of Premier League games, the last 43 Premier League games before lockdown.
I love Tigo.
Bro, they're in mental decline, these viewing figures. The most viewed game of the last 43 before lockdown was Burnley versus Chelsea.
Oh my God.
And then the worst was Norwich versus Crystal Palace. But you actually look at these viewing figures, and because obviously Dortmund got low viewing figures the other day comparatively, considering what people expected. And I think there is a degree to which all this mollycoddling of players is all about branding, is all about marketing. Football hit a peak of like brand marketing about 2-3 years ago. And it's been trying to like maintain this level of, it's all about the stars, it's all about the star players, it's all about the star players. And actually, the crowd is kind of saying, nah, it's not. And it's being reflected in the viewing figures. So the whole mollycoddling era, which I agree with, I actually think you might start seeing a bit of a reversal in that now, especially with the finances dropping and all of that.
That's why I was going to bring up Klopp, yeah, because he doesn't necessarily hire or buy big egos. And he seems like he still manages with the right amount of fear and mollycoddling.
Yeah. So I'm not going to. People get angry when I say we spoke to him about this, but we spoke to him about this, and he says like he does specifically target like personalities.
Yeah,
but he also like is legitimately friends with his players. Like he'll phone his player and be like, "All right, yeah, go on. How's the kid?" Blah 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 blah. He says there's a line at which like a lot of their shit. He's like, "I don't care. I don't care about your music and blah blah blah." This Klopp reads books about church in his spare time. Like that's what he does. But yeah, he is legitimately friends with his players.
So what is Jose the last of that? And is that why he hates football today? Well,
no, because if you ask that, the idea that he's not popular with his players is kind of blown out of proportion when you look at the number of players that think he was an incredible manager. And
yeah, I know that, but I know the only thing is it must be a culture shock for Jose in where a player has control on the perception of the club, and can say this guy's and can make you feel like the dickhead to the club, to the fans. I think, yeah, that definitely will be. But I also think that it's about a club structure and how much a club invests in certain things. I think I'm not going to get into the Jose Mourinho debate again. No, of course not. But I will say that how many, and I asked this question because I don't know the answer. How many games has Pogba played for Man United this season? It's true. And he gave himself surgery. He must. I don't want to play for this team.
Hey, Jordy, Tigo, do you know what I think? Because I was obviously me and Tigo talking about narratives and all of that before, yeah. And I just think football's just become entertainment now. Yeah. And I think unless we're talking about the 90 minutes on the field, everything else is built around narratives and whatever story can sell and what everyone's going to gravitate towards. It's not about the truth. Half of the stories and things that we see are basically in a place where Snips is called racist. So if we believe anything coming from there, we might as well believe everything coming from there. If we're being honest,
yeah, absolutely. I've benefited a lot personally and professionally from what football did over the last 5 or 6 years. Poet benefited a lot from what football's done. Harry's just started to feel the benefits of what football did in terms of the way it tried to connect with culture, tried to connect different products and different pieces of brand opportunities with the sport. Now, it's always been there, but it wasn't that cool. So what happened was football figured out, like in American sports, that the athlete is more important than the club, right? And on an international scale, that's true. The athlete is actually more important than the club. Like people go follow Ronaldo, I follow LeBron. Like there is a degree to which that's true. But now I think when it comes down to it and you go, what does football need? What does football want? I don't think it wants all of that mystery and all of that PR spin and all of that branding when it comes at the detriment of like a club or a club's cohesion. A club like Mesut Ozil was a great investment until he was a terrible investment. Paul Pogba was a great investment until he was a terrible investment. And maybe it's wishful thinking. I can see an overcorrection coming where the power is kind of out of the superstar players' hands as the next couple of years goes on.
Do I think viewing figures are down as well, though, T? Genuinely. Think about football. I started watching football, my dad was watching football. So it was a learnt behavior. My dad's doing it, all right, I want to start doing it as well. What is the learnt behavior today to consuming football? I don't think it was what it was before. So unless you incorporate the learnt behavior into football on television, no one cares. No disrespect to these guys. I love them all. But all these old guys in football, no one cares about them. I think you're gonna have to make that. Sky Sports are gonna have to make it younger. It's just too old because the learned behaviors now, like the way I reckon people, like I play FIFA, I do so much other alternative things in football. People are gonna like football for different reasons now. So it means there's more people in the world of football, but they're not here for 90 minutes. They're here for whatever they want. I think where people watch football now is streams and YouTube.
Yeah. Okay, so here's the thing about streaming figures. They are significant. They do represent a big number of people, but it's more of an international streaming figure. Localized streaming figures do not have the impact on viewing that you might expect. So, for instance, 3 o'clock kickoffs, massive impact from streaming because you can't view them in this country. But actually, most games do not have the level of streaming that maybe you would think that they do. And actually, the impact on television viewing figures is not that huge. All it is a load of people that couldn't access football before now can. It's not so much people choosing not to watch on TV. It's now just more accessible to people who couldn't access it before. I grew up not being able to watch live football for the most of my childhood because I didn't have Sky. I would have killed for fucking illegal streaming. And
yeah, you're right, Po. Po and actually Tigo, you're both right, because I had a friend who knew every single football player. He was at the dictionary for football, but he used to listen to football games via radio. He never had Sky whatsoever. But the love of football enabled him to actually say, regardless that I can't see the game, I want to listen to it. Now, back in the day when I was a kid, bro, when I was watching football, I never had no phone to look at. So my main priority was watching the game, then going to speak to my friends about it, then going to play for hours, and then coming back and doing the same thing over and over again. Someone even mentioned kids wearing football shirts, bro. I used to wear a football Man United t-shirt until the sharp came off it, bro. I was wearing it every day. So I feel like we're in a new era now where there's, as much as you can love football, there's other things people are focused on. They'll rather have the brand new boot rather than go and play the game. You know what I'm saying?
But I think that you're right. I think that hit its peak about 2 years ago, and I think we're kind of on the come down since then. I think there's a lot of people in the stream saying, yeah, illegal stream. But here's the thing: even if you do account for 1 million illegal streams on a game that actually only got 700,000 viewers on TV, right? Those 1 million people are contributing nothing to football's finance. No advertiser spending more money for the illegal stream. No TV companies paying more money for the illegal stream. No, you're not contributing. So even if it's true, which by the way, the numbers don't say that. The numbers don't say there's a reduction in viewers because of illegal streaming. They don't. They say the opposite. They say if people want football, they'll pay for it and they'll have it on their TV. They prefer the convenience. There's a generation underneath it who's going to struggle to pay for it. I get that, but they're still not of age. They're still not of age to be relevant to this conversation. But yeah, I also think, and I've been saying this for the last few weeks, football is not actually funded by people who love football. Yeah, I saw that. Did that tweet bang? 4 retweets, not really.
Yeah, it bangs still. That's that bangs for Mars. But yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
I think with my dad as well. My dad's an Arsenal fan, and I used to sit down and watch Ian Wright. I watched Patrick Vieira. I watched till I started understanding football. Then I used my own brain and understood that, okay, cool, I need to pick a team. And I picked Man United. But then I started following Manchester United. I cared about Man United. I wanted to know everything about them. And I don't think that's here now. I don't think kids are going to wake up and say, I want to support Reading. They're going to go and support Liverpool and Manchester City. That's where they're going to go, because that's where football's directing them to. Rather than when we actually follow teams, it was because... And obviously, I'm not from Manchester, so people could say, "Yeah, you're a glory hunter." But I genuinely was looking at Man United like, I love this. I love this club. Like, I really do love it.
Listen, we can all look at what if we discover an American sport or an American boxer or something. It's not that complicated to just go, right, I support the Lakers now, and you don't have to. I think it's so funny people talk about, oh, you didn't support your local team, whatever, and yet you can like turn on a TV show, see the character from EastEnders, and go, I like that guy. He's not from where you're from. That's not how it works. I liked it. That's what it was.
I support Westbrook. So wherever Westbrook goes, I'm going. So I'm fair, as well.
As a youngster, I think we're all driven by people that we either wish were our cousins or brothers or brethren or whatever. I like football because a lot of people became Man United fans maybe because of Andy Cole. That's what I think draws you to a team and keeps you there. Going back to television, also what I think is on the decline as well is, and this is no disrespect to warm-up acts, but if I pay for a ticket to go and see the main act, I don't care about the warm-up act. You can talk about all the people that are presenting, but how much people are actually in the stadium whilst they're presenting? Like, no one cares about the start of it. And I think finally, the people in the world of entertainment need to understand that the start, that first hour before the game's on, just isn't that entertaining. So because I have to sit through all of that bullshit, I'm probably not going to even want to watch the game, because I just think they need to concentrate on making it more entertaining and stop making it so whatever the hell it is now. Very boring.
Football has become very, sorry Tigo, has become very bitchy. Like it's more about not
bitchy.
But before, like you said, it was entertaining. Like we would get entertained by the games. Like now, a team winning 5-0.
It's not that though. I'm not saying that, Harry. I think football's moving. Football, like the way people think on TV, is it's moving too slow. Because outside, we're moving so much faster. And then when we watch television, I just don't think it's a representation of
I get you.
Faster. Like, it's not that slow. Like, by the time they start using internet or anything on YouTube and all of that, we've been using this for 4 or 5 years. Like, where have you lot been? So they're so far behind. I just don't think anybody wants to watch.
I would say this though. You're right. Football has a major production issue, has a major formatting issue in terms of its television presentation, right? But at the same time, I would tell you that Gary Neville at his best transcends generations, transcends audiences, as does Billy Carragher, as does Ian Wright. So there are things they do right. But at the same time, I would say that what has always been lost in the conversation about any sport, and I can tell you that viewing figures are down in the NBA this year. They were massively down in the NBA. These sports are they're decided. Their success is decided by people that like don't necessarily love it, that just like it. Live football is an investment, and you know it's an investment because if you ever watch it with someone who doesn't like football, it's torture for you to sit there with that person like this game goes on forever. How long is this game? Blah, 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 blah. Yeah. And if you love it, you're going to watch it all. But actually, now that there's so much access, the amount of people that just watch Twitter highlights of games, and I'm not disrespecting that. Not disrespecting that, but there's people that just watch the goals on Twitter. Yeah, but at the same time, it's a new way of consuming all this stuff. That there is a change in behavior that actually, like the people that have been losing out are the 600,000 that watch games every week. The 600,000 that will watch Burnley versus Crystal Palace or Norwich versus Newcastle. That 600,000 people, they've been under-catered for because they've been going, no, we only want the people that like football. The people that love football, they're going to be here regardless.
Yeah.
So we feel kind of neglected. We feel kind of left out. And actually, where there's been no evolution in the production, no evolution in the entertainment, you would look at it and you kind of go, well, I feel like the old man. Because I don't like that Paul Pogba's in charge of Manchester United. I don't like that Mesut Ozil just does what the fuck he wants. I don't like that. But the thing is, all these football clubs and the whole game has been telling us, no, that's what we do like. But they're not talking to us. They're talking to people that like, whereas we love.
This is a nice comment. This is a nice comment.
But you know what? I just always, when it comes down to it, at the end of the day, it's 11:59 p.m. That's what we always have to remember throughout this season. And once we're aware of that, then I don't think there'll be any arguments. But yeah, I do believe what Poe and you are saying is correct. I don't think there's any wrong answer in this. I do genuinely believe, though, the love for football isn't the same as when we was younger. I think it's very important to see someone in your family, in your household, watching football because you're going to follow suit. And I feel like that has not been... I don't see kids playing around that. Obviously, do you know what? You see it, but you see older people, like our age groups, that will go to goals and play football. Because we're trying to relive that love that we had for the game again. Whereas a lot of young people, I don't really see them kicking ball. And they are the generation that are predominantly on the internet more. So...
the next generation is fascinating because, like you say, like who's going to pick Reading when Arsenal, Manchester City, Liverpool, Man United, when these clubs are doing such a great job of marketing to 12-year-olds? How are you going to pick Wigan? How are you going to pick like Luton? It's tough. It's tough. And
you like culture, though, Tigo. If you are from a culture of something, it doesn't matter what is happening in the world. If I love my father, and my father's a Reading fan, and we all grown up and everyone's a Reading fan, it doesn't matter what's happening outside. So the culture of football will do certain things in certain situations as well. Like I can go, my friend's all West Ham fans. The youngest kid, he's like 5 years old. He knows the Hammers songs. He don't care about nothing. He knows so much about football. 5 years old, massive West Ham fan. So there are
it's not a scalable model though. That's not scalable. Like the kick down of family loyalty, that's not scalable because you got sons who don't give a shit about football. You got daughters who don't give a shit about football. You got people who don't have kids. You got people, because not everyone's kid, when you're a Reading fan, does grow up and go, yeah, I can't wait to watch fucking, I don't know, I can't even think of a Reading player off the top of my head right now.
I know what you're saying. Definitely.
So it's like the dilution over the course of time is epic. And once you start taking money out of the game, which is what we're seeing right now, those clubs which were artificially kind of held up through parachute payments, through TV rights, and they're not able to market and bring in new fans because football's done a over-the-top job of marketing, which it has over the last couple of years. Smaller teams are just going to get smaller and smaller and smaller. And it's going to come a point where the big teams are going to go, why would we give up our TV money for this? Why are we keeping you afloat?
No, 100%. The thing is, London's not representative of out of London, though, like when it comes to football. Like, people are a little bit more loyal out of London when it comes to football than it is in London. Like, Like it's very rarely you're going to meet a Manchester United fan, an Arsenal fan that lives in Manchester, born and bred.
I think I know what you mean, except the numbers say that there's a massive population of Chelsea fans that are probably coming of age, teenage years now. There are Arsenal fans in Manchester. Like the numbers say that the growth of the bigger clubs, even in the UK, is it's unlike the generation before.
Definitely. Why did you stop supporting Arsenal?
Because when David Dein left Arsenal, it was like, okay, Arsenal are now transitioning into this new business, this new club that I don't recognize. But it had the manager, it had a figurehead that's the Arsenal I fell in love with. That's the Arsenal that I wanted to support. You know, you spend so much time arguing for something and arguing with people about something. You're just like, yeah, I'm on board with this. Then one day you turn around and your manager's gone. You look at who the chief executive is, who's the owner, who's in this position, who's in this, and you go, oh no. Okay, from this point on, this is no longer the football club I support. This is just a business, and I owe it nothing. And at that point, you take the red pill and you just go, oh, these are just businesses.
See, that's the same fight I've had here with
See, he always does this, and you don't always see past it. You don't look. How did you know? You said when David Dein left, I recognized all of these things, bro. That was 2006-07. How did you know the club was going to change and not be the same?
Because the manager told you this was going to happen. You can hear if you want to listen. Just like Arsene Wenger spent that whole time going, I don't have any money, and all these Arsenal fans said, yes, you do.
That's when my dad stopped supporting Arsenal. Look, he still supports Arsenal, but the man doesn't care because he realized, and I think a lot of Arsenal fans didn't realize that when all the big clubs are making changes, which is upping their prices, and clubs are actually saying, okay, cool, your player costs 40 million, we're going to pay the 40 million, because we know that if Chelsea can do it and if Manchester United can do it, they're going to go away and continue winning trophies, and Arsenal don't do it. My dad used to sit down after transfer window after transfer window and be very, very upset because he knew that if this team ain't working, what's going to happen in 6 months when we buy the filtered players, not the main one. So my dad saw that Arsenal weren't growing.
Yeah, but Harry, that's not enough for me, because if I make more money tomorrow and I'm buying stuff in Wilkinson's now and I'm going somewhere else, that doesn't mean anything to me. It's like your
of that changes. If the business of football, which it has, and it's continuing to change, is you need to spend money and invest in order for your team to be good. You don't lost
all of that, but Tigo's talking about the soul of something disappearing. Now, just because you introduce money, that doesn't guarantee your soul is going to disappear.
You know what it does, though? It gives you a better chance. At least, Poe, okay, cool. If Arsenal had spent money on the players who they initially was going after and they bought them, then I think there would be no argument. There would be more a thing of maybe Arsene Wenger wasn't the man.
£5 million on one black man.
Don't have one man though. That's the thing though. Like no team was spending 70 mil at first. It was like it started going better and bigger. Like money started getting madder and madder. Arsenal never done that.
No, but Liverpool still had something.
How does that mean? Making a sound.
I think it's I think you need to drop out. Hold on. Oh no, maybe it is.
I'm gonna. Is it cool?
Yeah.
Cool now? Yeah. Something else. I don't know how, because he does it with everything.
Do you know what's fun? Do you know what? I'll tell you what's funny about the Arsenal thing is, if you remember, when it was Mikel Arteta is going to take over and blah blah blah, I was like, okay, if Arsenal do this, I understand this. This makes sense. This is some level of transition from the club, and I knew it was fake. I knew it was less appoint someone who was a captain of Arsenal. He might be the right man for the job, but ultimately we know we can't just fucking delete, because people will look around and just go, wait, what is left of this club? Like, who was here? Like Robbie's still here. What's actually left? For me, I probably would have made a different decision than just retiring from Arsenal if they'd have made that transition to Arteta. The second it was Unai Emery, and the decision was he might win the Europa League, and it was a decision made by Stan Kroenke, Josh Kroenke, Sven Mislintat, Raul. I'm just going like, I don't know who these guys are. And if I'm not involved in that process, or at least have the illusion of being involved in that process, I get nothing out of supporting a football team. And honestly, it was just a moment where it flicks in your brain and you just go, oh shit, this was absolutely point. And no disrespect to people who support football clubs because I get the investment, but I'm just like, I get nothing out of this. So why would I put myself through any of this? And I always say this: as I supported a team that won at the top level, right? Winning doesn't feel that great. It lasts about a day.
See,
losing feels so much worse than winning feels good.
Let me tell you, everything you're saying, I've had that fight with Man United. They've made it so clear in the last 5 years that this is a business.
Yeah,
we make money.
Why do you support?
Huh?
We're deluded. We're deluded, poet. We're deluded. We still think. I still think next year we're going to win the Premier League.
No, but listen to me.
Every year.
Listen to me. You lot have seen me. You lot have seen me wear different tops now. It doesn't. I'm not a diehard. I don't care. Yeah. I love players. I love Pogba. I cuss Rashford head now and then. The only thing I still got is my hate for Liverpool. That's it. Mm. But outside of that, fam,
I'm different. You see, with me, I'm stubborn. I can't leave Manchester United. I never will. Okay. But then what I will do sometimes, I always say to myself, I'm so invested within this club, that when I'm watching us lose, it does a lot for my mental health. And Man Fitness is a joke. I've become a better man when Man United win. But I
saw your face when Pogba missed that penalty. I saw it.
Bro, it's there. You can see it. That wasn't fake. But listen.
Oh, Harry, I watched Man United versus Wolves with you in it. In the office.
That filthy. You saw my face.
Yeah, you were.
I wasn't happy, bro.
And I didn't. I was laughing.
Exactly. And that's the thing. And that's what I was trying to say to you. So I'd rather not watch Man United, but then look at my phone and see, okay, cool, we just lost 4-0. That is better than me watching through it, because what I'm seeing is it's not the player's fault all the time. It's not even the manager's fault all the time. And it's not even the owner's fault. It's all of them. So when I'm seeing a calamity of errors, it's hard for me to say anything good about the club. So I just thought, you know what? I'd rather just look at my phone and watch until Bruno Fernandes came. When Bruno Fernandes came and I started hearing that we're playing good, I started watching again and I started visualizing, okay, cool. Maybe we've got something there. And that's the delusion for me. Give me 3 games in a row.
This is why it's deeper to me for Tigo. Tigo's basically saying if Arsenal won the league tomorrow under Unai Emery, he still wouldn't support them. That's far deeper than what you're saying.
You can turn it off, bro. You can turn once you just go, do you know what? This and the thing is as well. The club told me it doesn't want me. Like, why am I chasing this? I don't chase girls that don't want me. I don't chase jobs that don't want me. Why am I chasing this thing that doesn't want me? I'm cool. I'll move on.
It's like crack.
You learn to who did you get inspired to watch football from?
It's always my dad watched it. Football's always been around.
It's been around. I'm interested because my dad doesn't care about teams. He's never cared about teams, ever. He always says,
right.
Fam, my dad's just a madman. He'll be like, why not? Not for another Jamaica, man. Watch it and move. Watch it and move. He didn't care. He just watched the game and carry on with his life. He's always been like that. And I've always found it weird until the Raheem Sterling interview I done in 2013. That's when football confused me because I believed everyone in the room. They kept saying all these things like, no, make sure you're quiet. And there was like a code of conduct that was meant to be in this room. Otherwise, the Raheem Sterling interview was going to go bad. But them times I didn't listen to anyone. So I just said, I'm purposely not going to listen to you lot because you're telling me what to do. And when I did it and the interview was incredible and they called me back and everyone was gassed, I was like, wait a minute. But everyone here has been working in the world of football for time. You should know how to deal with footballers. But I've done everything you said not to do and everything's fine. And now you want me to come back. I was so confused. And I realized that I would have been a more football fan if I didn't work in football. By working in football, it has ruined it for me. Everything's lies. No one cares the way you do. All these managed, it's just a job. No one really cares. And the few people that do scrutinize, like Jose, really cares about football. Ian Wright, they really care about football. Most footballers, do not care about football, bro. Genuinely don't care. It's just a job.
All right, can I say this?
What I would say
until I die, yeah. Sorry, go on, Jordan. Sorry.
What I was gonna say is, supporting a team. I think supporting a team, good or bad, it's a scam. I think it's a scam.
It's a scam.
Why do you say that though? Why do you say that?
because they need you to put your money into them.
Yeah.
What are we getting?
No, bro. This is what I'm saying, bro. They don't, and that's the shift that happened over the last 5 or 6 years. They stopped wanting you to love them. They wanted more people to like them, and that's what happened in football.
Casual fans.
It's more about the like than the love now. Absolutely, casual fans. More of the experience. Like match day revenue is mostly decided by how many boxes they can sell to businesses and to billionaires than it is the amount of seats they can fill. And this is look. I'm not like bemoaning it in a sense that like, oh, football, the game's done, the game's gone. I love it. I love football. Doesn't make a difference to me. I'm just saying when it comes down to being a fan, when a club basically just goes, no, you're good. We don't need you. We need this guy, and we need this guy's cousin, and we need this guy's group of friends who can all fly in just for the game. I'm looking at it just going, okay, so what do I recognize about? Like, I'm supporting a stadium. I'm supporting shirts. Am I supporting Ralston Leahy? Why would I do that? Sven Mislintat, Stan Kroenke, Josh Kroenke, Ivan Gazidis.
At this point, or supporting Sainsbury's? Are you just supporting one man's?
You might as well be. Like, I go Sainsbury's, I go Tesco. I use the service, but I'm not in there going like, fuck Tesco, Sainsbury's, I'm out here.
Yeah.
Barry's,
yeah, you see what you said, yeah? You see what you said about football players not caring no more, yeah? Like I said, when I was watching Sunderland till I die, yeah, there was a lady who worked there, a little situation for Specs, yeah? And she was so excited about the game because Chris Coleman had just come in and whatnot. And Jack Rodwell's sitting there. The game has just started. He's on his phone. She's talking to him. They had to cut it off because he was so uninterested. It's a job.
I don't mind players that don't care that much about football. I actually have a level of respect for them. I think they're quite fun to communicate with. They see football in a different way. Jack Rodwell's one of them. When I met Jack Rodwell, my impression was that he wishes that he'd have taken golf as seriously as he did football as a kid, because he didn't want to be a footballer. He wanted to be a golfer. But he for some reason, his dad said, be a footballer. I've got a lot of time for players who don't care that much about football, because I think it takes all sorts to make the world go around. Yeah. I just think when it comes to like the whole culture of, football needs you to be invested to this level. Football needs you to be. It doesn't.
I've got two comments there. Yeah, Forrest said, "You don't have to be a fan. You don't have to put money into a club to be considered a fan, though, really."
Definitely that as well. Yeah,
that's fine. You can have that. And then Badri said, "You lot are deep in it too much. Just love your club." But the problem is, we love our club.
Yeah, we love. If I know I love something more than somebody else loves, and they have more control over it, to me, this is a recipe for disaster. So I won't say I don't support us, lying to myself, but I have, after speaking to Team Goal, hearing all of his logic, I can't help the way I just naturally feel. I now naturally have detached myself a bit. Doesn't mean I still don't watch Arsenal, want them to do well, but it's not as intense as it was 5 years ago.
I agree.
Carry on quite calmly now, because I know at the end of the day, bruv, them man just don't care. It's like watching a good film. In the end, like for an hour, I'm like, oh my god, this was great, and then I just carry on in my life, bruv. I don't really care like that no more.
I just watched Pogba, yeah, my favorite player, tried to skip a whole season to get fit for the Euros. I just watched that.
Yeah, exactly. You did not cross his mind.
You know what? Yeah, I can say wholeheartedly, yeah, I stopped loving football wholeheartedly, 100%. The year Sir Alex Ferguson left, and I'll tell you why. Paul Scholes came back, yeah, not just because he wanted to, but because we needed him. He went Sports Direct, bought boots, played, and Van Persie scored a hat-trick that game. But in the interview, Van Persie said, Paul Scholes changed the game for us. That level of commitment in football, I don't see that no more. I don't see footballers going out of their way to do stuff that is out of the ordinary, like what Jordan's just done. We've just watched Last Dance documentary. What Jordan was doing for basketball and for the Bulls, we don't see that no more. And I feel like as a fan, when you can see that the players who you look up to and idolize are not giving their 100%, you as a fan have to take away knowing that this person is never going to give their full 100%. So why am I expecting 100% from them?
Or Scottish League.
I don't care too tough.
I would say I love football more now than I did when I quit supporting the team. I would say my love for football now is a lot more. intense.
I was gonna get into that, T. I think you enjoy it more as a neutral, or not just as someone that's got good knowledge of the sport and can watch everything.
Yeah. Once you remove that investment in who you like, who you don't like, I just enjoy. I just love football. I just fucking love it.
Yeah.
Right now, I fucking love it.
We should go start supporting.
No. I'm gonna pick a team though. I'm gonna pick a team and start again.
Depression is a good factor in how to show how you love something, because if you go back to something, like Sunderland FC, which I can't wait to go and watch the rest of that. Them fans really love the team so much that they're willing to lose their money every week to go and watch this team lose.
But this is the thing. I don't want to be disrespectful to people who support football clubs, right? Because I don't think it gets me anywhere, right? Those Sunderland fans, they're in church praying for Sunderland.
Yeah, facts.
All right, that lady that robbed the foot, the shoe.
Come on, man.
What's a woman?
They name their kids after the legends of the club.
Who? Kevin Phillips.
That's deep. Now,
I get that a lot of people do think that like I still I'm just pretending I don't like Arsenal. I'm talking about I was fighting in the depths of a hell to represent that club for years. But I realized at one point it was just, you know what, I'm fighting for Arsene Wenger. You have a man that's there for 20 years. He shapes how you look at football, shapes how you love football, shapes how you look at players and all the rhetoric and everything. And the reason I read Inverting the Pyramid was because I wanted to be more like Arsene Wenger and all this shit. And then one day he's gone and you just go, wait, there's nothing here for me. I really was kept here by something. And now it's not there. You look at you just open your eyes and just go, oh, okay, I can walk away now. I'm done. It's cool. And I get people think that this is some sort of like, I don't know, temporary state. I don't understand what support, like, but people asking me what teams I support in NFL. I support the Giants, but I don't really support the Giants. I'll watch it. I'm wearing a fucking Saints shirt. I support any team. Do I support LeBron? Yeah, I support LeBron, but at the same time, Russell Westbrook, James Harden. Oh, I like them. I like Giannis, and I
love Sané. I love
exactly.
I'm not gonna hate him.
I love Mane as a football player. I think he's amazing, but I don't support Liverpool. But when I see him play, I want to see him win.
What's the closest club to where you lot were born?
I lived like 5 minutes away from the Den.
Crystal Palace for me.
Ooh, Millwall. You can't.
Yeah. I couldn't. What are you talking about? I could never support them. And the maddest thing is, I used to play for the under 11s when I was young, and they was always picking the white kids over us, and we were so much better than them.
All right, crowd, let me know where the place you were born, the closest club you were born to. Closest club you were born was. There you go.
No. Closest club to where you were born is what you meant.
There you go. Mine's QPR.
Oh, fuck that.
I know, man.
I'm near Palace and Wimbledon, and I went to watch both of them. I still go and watch Palace.
Someone said Al Hilal. Fuck it, no, bro.
Al Ahly.
Saudi Arabians.
Big up my QPR dons. Come on. Oh wait,
who'd you? Huh?
What's the club? What's this? Where? Fucking hell.
What's the club that's nearest to where you were born or grew up?
Okay. Or grew up. Born Arsenal, grew up Tottenham.
Well, you're born in Whitty.
Born in Whitty's an hospital. Is he born?
But you grew up in T.
Interracial. I could choose. And then I was like, work for Tottenham and supported Arsenal. Bloody hell.
So everyone here, and I know there are people that go the other way, but everyone here who say I'm seeing Boca Juniors, I'm seeing FC Utrecht, I'm seeing Toronto FC, I'm seeing bare teams in here. Do you feel some sort of closeness to your local team even if you don't support them? Because obviously Poet doesn't really, although kind of he does have a soft spot for Tottenham, whether or not he will admit it.
Yeah, he never will, because the first time I saw Poet was in a Tottenham shirt. So
now I just got to pay them bills.
Yeah, see, it's split. It's split. And a lot of people here just feel no connection to their local team whatsoever. And you shouldn't have to.
The fact that I wanted Millwall to come to the Premier League so I could see Manchester United, and because they was never able to fulfill that, I hate them.
That's logical.
Harry, should we keep it triller than vanilla though? Like, obviously, watching this football, like you're only gonna connect to what you see locally in your area, and this is no respect to anyone. So musically, I'm only gonna connect to things that I see in my household. Otherwise, I was never gonna support Tottenham. Like Chris Armstrong, you don't do anything for me. I'm sorry, my brother. Like Ian Wright was the Don. So naturally, that's the Don that I recognise from Hackney Marshes.
My dad supported Crystal Palace because of that's when he first came to the UK.
Yeah,
he saw Mark Wright and he saw Ian Wright, and he was just like, "My man's got to go to. If he's a rude boy, he must sell drugs."
Yeah, straight. Jamaican support
Arsenal. When he went to Arsenal, he said started supporting Arsenal. Then he saw Vieira. He said, "Okay, cool. This is a black team. I'm here."
And obviously, John Solarco.
Go away.
No, go on, Harry. Where's John Solarco's family from?
They're Sierra Leonean.
Yeah.
Yeah. But them man ain't. They ain't Sierra Leone. That's like Chris Kamara. Chris Kamara's Sierra Leonean, but that nigga ain't from Sierra Leone.
No, do you know what? I'm such a dickhead. Everyone's gonna hate this. I once talked to him about Sierra Leone.
Yeah.
He went back there for the first time in like 2013. He went there to climb some mountain, and he was like, "It's the best place I've ever been." I didn't know what. I didn't.
Get out of there, boo.
No, because he said I didn't know how I'd feel because I never thought about it. And they said, "Oh, it's for a charity thing. Go back to your what country you're from, not in a racist way." And he said he was just like, "I'm English. I feel English." But he said as soon as he got there, he's like, "I've never felt that way before."
Do you know what?
Yeah. Hey, the game's
I wasn't interviewing. I was just chatting to him in a real life. We were drinking Copperbergs.
And there's 3 players I want you to watch out for: Eggestein in midfield, centre midfielder, ball-head guy, baller, Kai Havertz, and Diaby. Just them 3 ballers.
Kai Havertz, what a baller!
Ball. Kai Havertz.
Diaby? Which Diaby?
Short left.
It's spelled the same way, I swear.
From
With the H. It's got H in it.
From which?
Diaby.
Short. He's just like I'll have him at Arsenal.
Someone in the crowd is absolutely capping. How can they say I was born near Juve? Juventus is not a city. Turin is. You are a liar.
You probably mean Torino as well, then, yeah.
That is horrible.
Kai Havertz, Kai Havertz. I read a thing the other day saying that he wants to be the new Michael Ballack. I thought, oh, that sounds good.
Caleb said Musa Diaby. Caleb's a football manager.
All right, another player, Rashika. He's from Kosovo. Baller.
All right, another player called Fescon.
Yeah. He's coming through.
I heard it. He's box to box, isn't it, Harry?
No, not box to box, man. No.
No, he kind of in. He's like a box to box player, but he ain't really a box to box player.
Yeah. I'm very confused with someone else then.
Oh,
defensive.
What happened?
No. Yeah.
He's gone.
Always let him have it, man. Whenever he says you know what's happened, always say yes.
See, do you know what? You mentioned Torino, yeah? And I want to speak about Belotti.
Right.
Because why? Why is he not? What's going on? Why has he not moved yet? What's his problem?
Good question. I think he might have like co-ownership or something, right? 26 years old, 72 and 162.
Wow.
There's guys who knows where.
Yeah, it's true. It is Northern Italy.
What question you just asked right now? There's probably, at the time when Gerard was 27 years old, a 16-year-old boy in Madrid thinking, why has he not come over here to Spain?
We ain't doing that.
You think Gerard
a transfer request, Geordie, and the next day it disappeared. And everyone pretended like it never happened. This was a yellow bar on Sky Sports. Everyone said he's going Chelsea. And literally a week later, it's like it never happened. I couldn't believe it. I've never seen that ever in my life. Ever.
We should talk about players that we think wish they moved. At some point, anyway.
Yeah, we can save that. That's a good shout. We could probably wrap it here.
Yeah, man.
2 hours, 44 minutes. It was a good show today, guys. Shout out everyone in the comments asking where Specs was. I ignored you because...
I texted him. He hasn't replied.
No, he's got family members breaking fast at home today, so I think he has to just be a family member today.
Oh no, I didn't text him about this show anyway. I texted him something else.
All right.
Hey, listen.
All right. Answer is basically I don't know if Belotti's really that good.
I don't know if he's that good too, but love everyone.
Barella, I think Barella is that good.
Send us topics. If you're born if you're born next to QPR, big up you. Don't DM me. Love you.
At us with stories. Thanks for watching, everybody.